Hello and welcome to Thistledown Today. I'm your host, Frank Isfording, with the wrap-up for Friday, November 30th, the 39th day of the Crowded meeting here at Thistledown. We have a 10-race card 9 here on a fast track and a simulcast from Calder. Let's go to the first race and see how you did. Race 1 was 6 furlongs distance for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up, non-winners of 3. An exacta race in first half of the daily double with a purse of $3,200, a claiming price of $5,000, and 9 to the post with an entry. The 1 is Cinderella Bay, ridden by John Clark. 1A, Miss Raleigh, with Brian Mills. Number 2, Links of Steel, Mike Rowland aboard. The 3 is JILSIE'S, with Linda Fields. Number 4, Sunny Colors, Terry Houghton. The 5, Two Steps Closer, ridden by Danny Weiler. Number 6, Mercenary, Joe Duragon in the irons. The 7, Ground Speed, with Jeff Radosevich. Rounding out the field, the 8 is Sis Alice, with Dale Hemsley. Here's the call of the first race.
And they're off. Oh, the lead, Sis Alice from the outside. Sunny Colors races second. Links of Steel down along the inside, racing third. Two Steps Closer races fourth on the outside, followed by Mercenary. Next in line, that is Cinderella Bay, and between horses, that is Miss Raleigh. They continue on down the back stretch. Sunny Colors has the lead by a length on Sis Alice racing second. Links of Steel down along the inside, racing third and getting closer to the top two as they approach the far turn. Next in line on the outside, racing fourth, it's still Mercenary. Cinderella Bay down along the inside is looking for room now as they go into the far turn and round the bend, and they bunch up. And as they race midway on the turn on the outside, that is Sis Alice, and down along the inside, that is Cinderella Bay, making a big, bold move now. They turn for home. They set down for the drive. On the outside, that is Cinderella Bay now to take the lead. And Sunny Colors races second on the rail. Links of Steel is under a drive, and now Links of Steel races into second. It's Cinderella Bay with the lead, and Links of Steel coming on under a drive. Here they come with 70 yards left to go. On the rail, Links of Steel moves fast.
After a couple of third-place finishes in Allowance Company here at Thistledown, Links of Steel shipped to the East Coast, where after a couple of moves down the class ladder, she delivered a close second-place finish with a $6,000 tag at the Meadowlands. And dropping another step to face $5,000 foes in today's return to the local surface, she pushed ahead from off the pace to post a half-length winning margin. Doug Johnson saddled the 4-year-old daughter of Linkage. Jocks race leader Mike Rowland was in the saddle. First race price of the 2 Links of Steel, $380, $320, $240. The 1 Cinderella Bay, $480 and $240. The 7 Ground Speed, $240 to show. Exacta 2-1, $14.40. Time for the race, 1:14 flat. Here's the photos from the 2 Links of Steel, a half length in front of the 1 Cinderella Bay. Race 2 was 6 furlongs distance for maiden fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up. An exacta race and start of the Super 7 with a purse of $3,200, a claiming price of $5,000, and 11 starters with a scratch. The 1 is Nothing's Perfect, ridden by Raul Vizcarrondo. The 2 Last Remark was scratched. The 2 is Amber Jean, ridden by Robert McWhorter. The 4 Signature Edition with Joe Duragon. Number 5 Winner Takes All, Tommy Myers aboard. The 6 Inspired Vision, ridden by Luis Martinez. Number 7 Dottie Who, Paul Luce aboard. The 8 Summers with Mike Rowland. Number 9, Miss Muttering, Rodrigo Madrigal Jr. The 10, Olympic Grecian with Randy Wilson. Number 11, Bethel, Jeff Radosevich. And the 12, Leader's Promise with Mike Moran. Here's the call of the second race exacta.
And they're off. Leader's Promise from the outside is sent first away, and Summers goes right with Leader's Promise coming on to the main track. Winner Takes All is racing third, close up. Down along the rail, Nothing's Perfect is racing fourth. Next in line, that's Dottie Who racing fifth on the extreme outside. That is Bethel. Between horses, Inspired Vision. Next in line, down along the inside, that's Signature Edition. As they continue on down the backstretch on the lead by some 3 lengths, that is Summers. Nothing's Perfect races second with Leader's Promise racing third now. Next in line, Winner Takes All, followed by Dottie Who down along the inside. Into the turn now. And as they round the bend, there's still Summers on the lead by a length and a half. On Nothing's Perfect racing second, and on the outside of Nothing's Perfect, that is Leader's Promise. A big gap back to the second flight. Dottie Who was racing fourth. Amber Jean is fifth on the rail, followed by Winner Takes All on the outside. As they turn for home, it's still Summers on the head end with 3/16 of a mile left to go. On the outside, Leader's Promise being set down, and on the rail, Winner Takes All. 1/8 of a mile left to go with Summers now by some 4 lengths in mid-stretch. Nothing's Perfect is on the rail, and Leader's Promise is on the outside of Nothing's Perfect. In deep stretch, it's Summers. Summers is in full command.
Summers began her career at Mountaineer Park in September, where she finished 5th by 8 lengths in a special weight field. And facing $3,000 winners at River Downs in her next and last start, she backed up throughout the race to finish 16 lengths out. But returning to the maiden ranks for today's event, she went right to the front and pulled away to a 4-length graduation in her 3rd lifetime try. T1 Jolly saddled the 3-year-old filly, and for the 3rd day in a row, it's a riding double for hot riding jockey Mike Rowland. Second race price is the 8 Summers, $29.20, $8.80, and $3.80. The 12 Leaders Promise, $3, $2.60. The 1 Nothing's Perfect paid $2.80 to show. Exacta 812, $150, $180. Daily Double 2.8, $85.40. Time for the race, 1:14 and 2. Race 3 was 1 lap around the track for 3-year-olds and up. Non-winners have won at a mile or over this year. The purse, $3,400. The claiming price, $4,000, and 8 to the gate. The 1 is Lent's Brother, ridden by Mark Collins. The 2, Command Flight, with Dale Hemsley. Number 3, Russian Prophecy, Linda Fields aboard. The 4, James Wiley with Robert McWhorter. Number 5, Sir Affluence, Mike Rowland in the saddle. The 6, Bid for Blanche with Rodrigo Madrigal Jr. Number 7, Kazbek, Danny Weiler aboard. In the 8, Spanish Crimson with Gary Cooper. Here's the call of the 3rd race trifecta.
All in. And they're off. Then for the lead, Lynch Brother down along the inside with Command Flight, and from between horses, Sir Affluence passing the wire for the first time and approaching the clubhouse turn. That is Sir Affluence and James Wiley together now into the clubhouse turn, with Bid for Blanche racing 3rd, a gap of 3 lengths, and now it's back to Command Flight, which is racing 4th on the rail. Next in line, that is Kazbek. On the outside, that is Spanish Crimson. And trailing in the field is Lent's Brother now as they round the clubhouse turn and go on down the backstretch. Sir Affluence by 3 parts of a length on James Wiley racing 2nd. And then it's 3 back to Bid for Blanche, which is racing 3rd. A gap back to Command Flight racing 4th. Kazbek races 5th on the outside. That's Spanish Crimson, followed by Russian Prophecy and Lent's Brother. They have a half-mile left to go here, and on the head end still, that is Sir Affluence, a length on James Wiley, still pursuing in 2nd, and then it's still 2 lengths back now to Bid for Blanche racing 3rd, a gap of 5, and it's back to Command Flight. On the outside of Command Flight, that is Spanish Crimson. Down along the rail, that is Kazbek, followed by Lent's Brother, and trailing now, that is Russian Prophecy. We'll go back to the head end midway on the turn. It's still Sir Affluence on the lead by a length. And Bid for Blanche makes a big, bold move, and also making a big, bold move on the extreme outside and circling. Once again, that is Command Flight. They set down for home. It's still Sir Affluence on the lead. And in the middle of the racetrack, under a drive, is Command Flight with Bid for Blanche dropping back to 3rd now with 1/8 of a mile left to go. It's Sir Affluence on the rail, and coming on stoutly on the outside now is Command Flight. Sir Affluence on the rail, Command Flight. Sir Affluence, Command Flight. Sir Affluence, Command Flight to fight it out.
After an 8-length victory at Finger Lakes, Sir Affluence came to Thistledown in October and didn't show much promise in his first 2 starts over the track. But in his last race, November 16th, he showed definite improvement, finishing less than 3 lengths out after flashing early speed. And going to the lead in today's speed-favoring strip, he held on to win it by a neck at a healthy 18-1 on the board. A.J. Exposito sent out the 3-year-old gelding, and it's a riding triple for Mike Rowland, who seems to be well on his way to sweeping all 4 Thistledown meetings. Third race price is the 5 Sir Affluence, $38.40, $14.60, and $7.20. The 2 Command Flight, $8.80 and $4. The 3 Russian Prophecy paid $4 to show. Exacta 5-2, 132 even. Trifecta 5-2-3, 923.20. Time for the race, 141 and 4. Here's the photos from the 5 Sir Affluence by a neck. Race 4 was 6 furlongs distance for 3-year-olds and up. An exacta race with a purse of $3,800, a claiming price of $5,000, and 8 to the gate. The 1 is Hidden Victory, ridden by Raul Vizcarrando. The 2, Falkor with Jeff Radosevich. Number 3, Man of Wisdom, Gary Stahlbaum. The 4, Alex Trishan, Dale Hemsley. Number 5, Southern Performer, Brian Mills. The 6, Roman Pass with Mike Rowland. Number 7, Briar Dan, Rodrigo Madrigal Jr. And the 8, EB World with John Clark. Here's the call of the 4th race exacta.
And they're off. For the lead, that is Southern Performer coming on to the main track. Racing in the 2nd from between horses now, that is Briar Dan on the outside. Next in line, that's Alex Trishan, and on the rail, that's Hidden Victory racing 4th. They continue on down the backstretch. Southern Performer by some 2 lengths on Alex Trishan and Briar Dan, and Roman Pass races 4th. On the rail, 5th, Hidden Victory, followed by Falker on the extreme outside, followed by Man of Wisdom, trailing EB World. Into the far turn now. Rounding the bend, it's Southern Performer opening up some 3 lengths on Hidden Victory, racing 2nd. And Alex Trishan is racing 3rd. Briar Dan is racing 4th. down along the inside, picking up horses resolutely now. That is Man of Wisdom as they come by the quarter pole. It's still Southern Performer on the lead by some 2 1/2 lengths on Hidden Victory. Man of Wisdom races third now down along the inside. In the stretch, it's still Southern Performer on the head end by some 4 lengths with 1/8 of a mile left to go. With Man of Wisdom down along the inside racing second now. Hidden Victory drops back to third. A 1/16 of a mile left to go, and it's Southern Performer and Man of Wisdom. Southern Performer and Man of Wisdom closing in.
Southern Performer is a Birmingham invader who was sharp this summer when he used his early speed to garner 3 wins and a total of 5 in-the-money finishes from 6 starts. He never fired in his local bow on September 20th, finishing 14 lengths out in the allowance field, but dropped in class to face $5,000 claimers, and fresh from a 2-month layoff today, he led all the way to the wire under jockey Brian Mills. Craig Lewis is the trainer. 4th race price is the 5 Southern Performer, $7.20, $4 and $3.20. The 3 Man of Wisdom, $2.80 and $2.60. The 1 Hidden Victory paid $3.20 to show. Exacta 5 and 3 pays $27.20. Time for the race, 1:12 and 3. Here's the photos from the 5 Southern Performer with his nose on the wire. Race 5 was 6 furlongs distance for 3-year-olds and up, non-winners of 2. An exacta race in first half of the Twin Try with a purse of $3,200, a claiming price of $5,000, and a field of 12. The 1 is Northern Majestic, ridden by Anthony Cordero. The 2, Poor Boy's Dream with Raul Vizcarrondo. Number 3, Master Chris, the jockey Brian Mills. The 4, Connecting Spirit with Dale Hemsley. Number 5, Indian Buck, John Clark aboard. The 6, Musical Figure with Robert McWhorter. Number 7, Uncatez, Jeff Radosevich. The 8, Thermodynamic with Mike Rowland. Number 9 is Gwen's Gal's Bro, Jane McGrell in the irons. The 10, Heathen Ceremony with Rodrigo Madrigal Jr. Number 11, Junior JJ, Joe Duragan. And the 12, Forley Heller of it with Luis Martinez. Here's the call, the 5th race exacta.
And they're off. And for the lead from the extreme outside, Forley Heller of it down along the inside. That is Poor Boy's Dream as they go on down the backstretch. Poor Boy's Dream takes the lead on Forley Heller of it by a neck. Master Chris is racing third. Next in line on the outside, that is Uncataz. Down along the inside, it's Connecting Spirit. And Heathen Ceremony now from between horses now races into 4th. They go on down the back stretch. It's Forley Heller over now to take the lead on Poor Boy's Dream by a length and a half into the turn. And then it's free back to Master Chris, which is still racing third. Heathen Ceremony still races 4th on the outside. Next in line, that is Connecting Spirit as they go midway on the turn. Forley Heller by 2 lengths on Poor Boy's Dream. A gap of 3. It's still back to Master Chris racing third. And on the outside of Master Chris is Heathen Ceremony still racing 4th as they turn for home. In the stretch now, Forley Heller still has the lead on Poor Boy's Dream by a length with 1/8 of a mile left to go. And then it's a gap back to Heathen Ceremony, and closing down along the rail is Junior JJ, and coming on the outside is Thermodynamic with Uncataz. But in deep stretch, it's Forley Heller of it to show the way.
Forley Heller of it is a California invader who flashed early speed in his last race October 31st, but stopped in the stretch in that race to finish 7 lengths behind. But running with Lasix for the first time in today's Thistledown debut, he held his speed to the wire. Kimberly Kennedy saddled the 3-year-old gelding. Jockey Luis Martinez did the booting. 5th race price of the 12 Forley Heller of it, $8.40, $7.20, and $3.60. The 11 Junior JJ, $10.60 and $6. The 2 Poor Boy's Dream paid $3.20 to show. The exacta 12-11 pays $120.20, and the first half of the Twin Trifecta 12-11-2 pays $556.40. Time for the race, 1:14 and 2/5. Race 6 was 1 lap around the track for 3-year-olds and up, non-winners of 1 other than. An exacta race and started the pick 3 went under allowance conditions for a purse of $6,300 and a 7-horse field with a scratch. The 1 is Arthur Scott, ridden by Tommy Myers. 1A Peck Hickman was scratched. The 2 is Jumping Michael, Gary Stahlbaum aboard. The 3, Dajinski's Light with Dominic Giglio. Number 4, Ohio, Rodrigo Madrigal Jr. The 5, Native Conscience with Robert McWhorter. Number 6, Lovely Case, Mike Rowland in the irons. And the 7, Sudden Decision with Dale Hemsley. Here's the call of the 6th race exacta.
And they're off. For the lead, Jumping Michael from between horses on the rail. That is Arthur Scott with Dajinski's Light racing third. Being sent from the outside, the Sudden Decision racing 4th as they pass the wire for the first time into the clubhouse turn. Racing 5th, Ohio. Next in line, On the outside of Ohio, that is Lovely Case, and trailing down along the inside, that is Native Conscience. As they round the clubhouse turn, they settle in the stride now, and they go on down the backstretch. And still Jumping Michael and Arthur Scott on the rail, these two still together. Gap of 4 lengths back to Ohio down along the rail. And on the outside of Ohio is Nijinsky's Light racing fourth, followed by Sudden Decision, which is racing fifth. Down along the inside is Lovely Case, and then it's 3 lanes back to Native Conscience. They continue on down the back stretch, and as they approach their far turn, and the two are still together on the head end. Jumping Michael and Arthur Scott, almost as a team into the final turn. It's 3 back to Ohio, which is racing third, and moving on the outside and racing into fourth now. That is Lovely Case. A quarter of a mile left to go. Jumping Michael, and on the rail, Arthur Scott, with Ohio appearing to have dead aim on the top two now as they set down for home. In the stretch, and it's Arthur Scott and Jumping Michael. Ohio on the outside is coming on, and closing down along the inside, that is Lovely Case. A 16th of a mile left to go. Ohio has a neck on Arthur Scott. Ohio to show the way.
Ohio raced 7 times this spring, notching a pair of wins and a pair of third-place finishes. And back fresh and fit from a 6-month layoff to face today's allowance field, he won the battle to the wire as the 3-2 favorite with jockey Rodrigo Madrigal Jr. in the irons. Sam Raymer trains the 3-year-old Trans World Colt. 6th race price is the 4 Ohio, $5, $2.80 and $2.60 the 1 Arthur Scott, $2.60 and $2.40 the 6 Lovely Case, paid $2.80 to show. The exacta 4 and 1 pays $12.20. Time for the race, 1:41 4/5. Race 7 was a 5-panel dash for 3-year-olds and up, non-winners of 2 since May 30th. A trifecta wagering event in second half of the twin try. The purse, $3,200, the claiming price, $4,000, and 10 to the post with a scratch. The 1 is Token Gesture, ridden by John Clark. The 2, St. Exupery, with Linda Fields. Number 3, Kadanke, James Chapman in the irons. The 4, Tough Boss, ridden by Brian Mills. Number 5, Havin' Lark, Mike Rowland in the saddle. The 6, Straw Pleasure with Robert McWhorter. Number 7, Delta Forbes, Jane McGrell. The 8, Ricky Ticky Tie, was scratched. Number 9, Spirit Creek, Tommy Myers did the booting. The 10, Dash to the Finish with Terry Houghton. And the 11 is General Attack, ridden by Darrell Brinkley. Here's the call, the 7th race trifecta.
And they're off. And for the lead, down along the inside, that is Token Gesture and St. Exupery together. Kadanke races third. On the outside, racing fourth, that is Havin' a Lark. And way on the outside, that is Straw Pleasure. Into the turn now. They round that bend, and it's Token Gesture and St. Exupery and Kadanke. Into the turn as they race midway on the bend. St. Exupery now by a length on Kadanke. Token Gesture races third, 3 lanes back to Havin' a Lark racing fourth. On the outside, Straw Pleasure, followed by Delta Forbes down along the inside. That is Tough Boss. As they turn for home, it's St. Exupery opening up some 3 lengths now on Token Gesture on the rail, and Kadanke still holding on to third at this stage in the contest. That's Tough Boss fourth on the rail. Here they come, 1/8 of a mile left to go. St. Exupery by some 3 lengths. And coming on is Tough Boss. 1/16 of a mile left to go now. It's St. Exupery by 4 lengths on Tough Boss. St. Exupery to show the way.
St. Exupery won 3 of 10 starts this year, including a 4-length victory over a $6,000 field at Woodbine in May, and a 3.5-length tally with a $3,000 tag at Fort Erie in October. In his last race here at Thistledown on November 16th, he finished third in a $4,000 field after stumbling at the start. And returning to face the same in today's event, he found the Thistledown winner's circle. David Schmidt trains the 4-year-old gelding. Jockey Linda Fields was in the saddle. 7th race price of the 2 St. Exupery, $10.40, $5.80 and $4. The 4 Tough Boss, $4.80 and $2.60. The 9 Spirit Creek paid $2.80 to show. Exacta 2-4 pays $31.60. Trifecta 249, $104.20. No winners in the twin try, and the carryover is $5,676.84. Time for the 5 furlongs, 1 minute flat. Race 8 was 1 lap around the track for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up, foaled in Ohio, non-winners of 1 other than. An exacta race run under allowance conditions worth of $8,190 and 10 starters. The 1 is Scooter's Princess, ridden by Jane McGrell. The 2 Mystery Twist with Mike Moran. Number 3 Our Country Rose, Gary Staub aboard. The 4 Glenlass with Robert McWhorter. Number 5 is Our Sharney, Steve Barton. The 6 Lord Chief Smart, ridden by Mike Rowland. Number 7, Buck's Apple, Jeff Radosevich in the saddle. The 8, Hasty Light with Brian Mills. Number 9 is Millie Murtaugh, Raul Vizcarrando in the 10, Little Bella Tempo with Dominic Giglio. Here's the call for the 8th race.
And they're off. Scooter's Princess down along the inside is sent first away, and going with Scooter's Princess down along the inside also is Our Country Rose. Lord Chief Smart is racing third, and being sent from the extreme outside now is Little Bella Tempo to take the lead into the clubhouse turn. Next in line, that is Buck's Apple racing fifth. Millie Murtaugh races sixth down along the inside as they go on down the back stretch now. Lord Chief Smart has half a length, and that is Hasty Light now on the outside racing second with Our Country Rose racing third. A gap of 5. It's back to Buck's Apple racing fourth. Millie Murtaugh between horse and Little Bella Tempo, followed by Scooter's Princess. A gap of 4 back to Mystery Twist. Next in line is R. Sharney, and GLENDANCE is the trailer in this field. Now with a half mile left to go, Lord Chief Smart still holds on to the lead a length on Hasty Light. Our Country Rose is racing third. Little Bella Tempo now is in stride and moving very boldly up after the top two as they approach the far turn. Into the final turn now, and as they round the bend, Hasty Light takes the lead. And also going up after Hasty Light now, making a big move, that is Buck's Apple. And Little Bella Tempo races third. Mystery Twist is now racing fourth between horses. They have a quarter of a mile left to go here. And on the outside, that is Buck's Apple right there with Hasty Light on the rail. And looking for racing room is Little Bella Tempo. They set down for the drive. On the outside, it is Mystery Twist, and on the rail, that is Buck's Apple. And closing on the outside, coming on is GLENDANCE now. They approach the 16th pole. It's Mystery Twist by 2 lengths on GLENDANCE racing second. Little Bella Tempo races third. It's Mystery Twist to show the way here.
Mystery Twist was moving up and down the class ladder, facing $5,000 claimers and allowance foes, and she finished closer in the allowance races with a 4th and a 5th place finish at that level. And facing the same in today's contest, she opened up a daylight advantage and held it to the finish line. Anthony Cucinato sent out the 3-year-old filly. Jockey Mike Moran had the riding honors. 8th race price of the 2 Mystery Twist, $40.20, $14.40, and $8.40. The 4 GLENDANCE, $4.80 and $3. The 10 Little Bella Tempo paid $3 to show. Exacta 2, 4, 1, 23.20. In the pick 3, the numbers 4, 2, and 2 pays $546.80 for 3 out of 3. In the Super 7, 5 of 7 pays $1,276.40, and the Super 7 carryovers $40,483.17. Time for the race, 1:43 and 1. Race 9 was 1 lap around the track for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up, foaled in Ohio, non-winners of 1 other than. An exacta race in first half of the late double when under allowance conditions for a purse of $8,190 and a 10-horse field. The 1 is Midair, ridden by Mike Rowland. The 2, Which 2, with Mark Collins. Number 3, Lady Meg, Joe Duragon. The 4, Pipeline Princess with Raul Vizcarrando. Number 5, Mystery Madam, Jane McGrell aboard. The 6, Maureen's Pet with Luis Martinez. Number 7, Heidi Abramowitz, James Chapman in the irons. The 8, Northern Llama with Gary Stahlbaum. Number 9 is Hand-Picked Peach, Darrell Brinkley in the 10, Runaway Flame with Jeff Radosevich. Here's how to call the 9th race Superfecta.
And they're off. For the lead down along the inside, that is Midair, and being sent from the extreme outside, that is Runaway Flame. Mystery Madam races third, and Handpicked Peach races fourth, coming by the wire the first time into the clubhouse turn. Next in line, that is Pipeline Princess racing fifth. On the rail, 6 is Which 2, followed by Maureen's Pet. Heidi Abramowitz on the outside of Maureen's Pet, and on the outside of Heidi Abramowitz is Northern Llama, and trailing in the field is Lady Meg as they go on down the back stretch, with Midair still on the head end by some 2 lengths on Mystery Madam racing second, followed by Runaway Flame, which is racing third. Pipeline Princess races fourth. Handpicked Peach is racing fifth on the outside. Next in line down along the rail, that is Which 2, followed by Northern Llama on the outside, Maureen's Pet, Lady Meg, and trailing in the field now is Heidi Abramowitz. Continuing on down the back stretch as they approach the far turn. That is still Midair on the head end, and still stalking Midair is Mystery Madam. 3 lanes back to Runaway Flame racing third, and Pipeline Princess down along the rail is lodging a bit now and racing into third. As they go midway on the turn, is still Midair by 2 on Mystery Madam, and Pipeline Princess makes a big, bold move. And as they come by the quarter pole, though, it's Midair opening up 3 lengths. Pipeline Princess races second. Runaway Flame races third at this stage in the contest. Down along the inside, it's Mystery Madam racing third. Now, they have an eighth of a mile left to go, and it's still midair on the head end and widening by 4 lengths on Pipeline Princess. Handpicked Peach on the rail is third. Here they come in deep stretch. It's midair to show the way.
Midair graduated at first asking on May 9th here at Thistledown, but didn't race again until her last race, November 23rd, when she finished 6x3 as the 9-5 choice in the Ohio allowance field. And sent off the 3-2 favorite in today's race, she wired the field to an easy 3-length score, giving jockey Mike Rowland a 4-bagger on the card. Greg Miller trains the 3-year-old daughter of Hasty Flyer. Ninth race prices: the 1 Midair, $5, $4.20 and $3. The 4 Pipeline Princess, $6.80 and $4.60. The 9 Hand-Picked Peach paid $3.40 to show. Exacta 1-4 pays $39.60. Late Double 2-1 pays $189.80. Superfecta 1-4, 9 and 6 pays $418 even. Time for the race: 1:42 and 3. Race 10 was a simulcast from Calder, contested at 6.5 furlongs for 3-year-olds and up, run under allowance conditions with a purse of $15,000 and a 5-horse field. The 1 is Twice Too Many, ridden by Eric Velez. The 2, Sane, with Stuart Elliott. Number 3, Perfection, Mike Gonzalez. The 4, Devil's View, with Jose Velez. And the 5 is Velcro Fly, with Jacinto Vasquez. Here's called the 10th race from Calder.
And they're off. Devil's View and Perfection move together as a team, then a length and a half toward the inside. Twice Too Many moves up third. Sane is next, and a gap of 4.5 lengths to Velcro Fly. They leave the chute, move on to the main track. Devil's View takes over, opens up a length. Then comes Perfection. On the outside, Sane rushes up. On the rail, it's Twice Too Many, and it's 6 lengths back to Velcro Fly. They went the first quarter in 22 seconds flat, 4 furlongs from home. Devil's View still leads by a head. On the outside, Perfection forces the pace second. 2 lengths back, Sane is third. Then another 2.5 lengths to Twice Too Many, a gap of 5 to Velcro Fly. They leave the 3/8 pole. Devil's View still there by a length. Perfection starting to weaken slightly as Sane moves up on the outside, a gap of 4 to Twice Too Many and Velcro Fly. The half in 45 seconds flat, they come to the top of the stretch. Devil's View still there by a length and a half. Sane takes up the chase second as Perfection weakens third. Here on the outside, Twice Too Many. Velcro Fly looks for room on the rail. They're in the final furlong. Devil's View draws off now to lead by 3. Twice Too Many comes on second with Sane third. They're in the final 16th, and that's Devil's View in front.
Devil's View won 4 of 6 career starts, but backed up in his first stakes trial last time out on October 27th. But returning to the allowance division, running with Lasix for the first time in today's race, he drew off to an easy daylight score as the 1-2 choice on the Thistledown board. Cam Gambelotti conditioned the 3-year-old Devil's Bag colt. Jockey Jose Velez was in the irons. 10th race prices: the 4 Devil's View, $3, $2.40, $2.10. The 1 Twice Too Many, $3, $2.60. The 5 Velcro Fly, $3.40 to show. Exacta 4-1, $11.40. Trifecta 4-1-5, $52 even. Time for the race: 1:17 and 4. The attendance today was 3,166 fans who bet $444,737. On Sunday, we'll have the $45,000 Miss Ohio Stakes here at Thistledown. Saturday's post time is 12:30. Thanks for watching. Good luck and good racing. At 3. In the Super 7, 5 of 7 pays $59.60, and the Super 7 carryover is $26,057.07. Time for the race: 1:41 flat. Race 9 was 6 furlongs distance for 2-year-old fillies, non-winners of one other than Maiden or Claiming. An allowance event with a purse of $5,900 and a field of 6. The 1 is Wash Tate, the 2 Silver Bullet Lady. Number 3 Major Statement, the 4 is Champlain Champagne. Number 5, Lady Paradise, and the 6, Far East Treasure. Here's Al Drake's called the 9th race feature.
And they're off. And for the lead, Far East Treasure from the outside, and racing second, Champlain Champagne. Down along the inside, Silver Bullet Lady, on the outside, Lady Paradise. followed by Major Statement. Wash Tay down along the rail as a trailer in this field. They continue on down the backstretch. They have a half-mile left to go, and that's Far East Treasure opening up some 2 lengths on Champlain Champagne, with Major Statement now racing third. Lady Paradise on the outside is racing fourth. 4 lengths back now to Wash Tay down along the inside, and on the outside of Wash Tay, that is Silver Bullet Lady. As they race midway on the turn, that's still Far East Treasure on the head end, with Champlain Champagne racing second, and that's Major Statement still racing third, pursuing the top 2, coming by the quarter pole and taking the lead now, turning for home. Champlain Champagne has a length with 3/16 of a mile left to go. Far East Treasure on the rail is racing second. Major Statement on the outside is racing third, and from between horses coming on, that is Silver Bullet Lady down along the rail. Silver Bullet Lady goes to the rail and takes the lead. In deep stretch, Silver Bullet Lady.
Silver Bullet Lady drew off to a 6-length graduation in her local bow last time out on November 10th. And remaining on her toes for today's allowance try, she closed sharply in late stretch to deliver back-to-back scores as the 7-5 bettor's choice. Linda Kruger saddled the 2-year-old daughter of World Appeal. Jackie Gary Stahlbaum had the riding honors. 9th race price of the 2 Silver Bullet Lady, $4.80, $2.60, and $2.80. Major Statement, $3 and $3.20. Champlain Champagne paid $4 to show. The exacta 2 and 3 pay $17 even. Time for the race, 1:15 flat. Race 10 was the simulcast from Calder, an allowance event contested at 6 furlongs for 2-year-old fillies with a purse of $11,000 and 8 to the gate. The 1 is Loosen Up Lisa, the 2 Try Delight, number 3 Exclusive Premier, the 4 Raffalina's Girl, number 5 Star 88, the 6 is Sheer Gold, number 7 Mighty Intimate, and the 8 As It Were. Here's the call, the 10th race, the Cindy's Dancer from Calder.
And they're off. From between horses, Raffalina's Girl breaks sharply. As It Were rushes up toward the outside. Then it's Mighty Intimate. Moving between horses, Sheer Gold. Then on the inside, that's Loosen Up Lisa. Star 88 is right there. Then it's a length back to Exclusive Premier, and it's 4.5 lengths to the trailer, Try Delight. They move up the backstretch past the half-mile pole, the first quarter in 22 seconds flat. As It Were leads by a half length as Mighty Intimate moves up on the outside to challenge. 2.5 lengths back, Star 88 moves up third. 2 lengths to the inside, Raffalina's Girl is fourth. Then to the outside, that's Exclusive Premier, Sheer Gold with Loosen Up Lisa and Try Delight. The field moves to the quarter pole now. On the inside with the lead, it's Mighty Intimate by a half length as Star 88 moves up on the outside to challenge. As It Were toward the inside is third. They come to the furlong pole, the half in 45 and 4. Star 88 on the outside puts her head in front. Mighty Intimate toward the inside is second. 2 lengths, there comes Loosen Up Lisa on the rail. They're in the final 16th. Star 88, Loosen Up Lisa flying on the rail. It's Loosen Up Lisa.
Loosen Up Lisa showed promise in her racing debut in September when she ran on or near the pace for the first 3 calls for a 4th place finish. And improving with a race under her belt for her next and last outing on October 30th, she led all the way to a 4-length graduation in a $20,000 class. And maintaining her top form for today's race, she garnered her 2nd victory in just 3 lifetime tries. Jockey Alberto Guerra heads on the Eugene Navarro trainee. 10th race price is the 1 Loosen Up Lisa, $22.60, $10.86. Star 88, $7.40, $6.60. Mighty Intimate paid $6.20 to show. The exacta 1-5 pays $172 even. Trifecta 157 pays $2,616.20. Time for the race, 1:12 and 1. Race 11 was 1 lap around the track for 3-year-olds and up. The purse, $3,400, the claiming price, $4,000, and 9 horses to the post. The 1 is Conrad Who, the 2, We're Not Sure. Number 3, Love of Mystery, the 4 is Bee's Money Honey. Number 5, More Victorious, the 6 is Secret Hall. Number 7, Dear Friday, the 8, Marzee F. And rounding out the field, the 9 is Don Rubin. Here's the call for the 11th race, Superfecta.
And they're off. From the outside, Don Rubin is sent to the 4, and going with Don Rubin now, Marzee F, and down along the inside, Love of Mystery, as they pass the stands the first time. Dear Friday races 4th, More Victorious racing 5th into the clubhouse turn, a gap of 4 lengths, and then it's back to Bee's Money Honey, down along the rail, that is Conrad Who, followed by We're Not Sure, and on the outside of We're Not Sure, that is Secret Hall. Now they go on down the back stretch, and on the head end, MARZEE F by a length on Don Rubin racing second, and that's Dear Friday racing third, with More Victorious still racing fourth down along the inside. 3 lengths back now to Conrad Hu, and on the rail, that is Love a Mystery. Racing on the outside is Secret Hall, followed by We're Not Sure from Between Horses, and trailing now is Bee's Money Honey, with a half-mile left to go. MARZEE F has half a length now on Don Rubin. Let's make it a length now as they approach the far turn. Then it's a gap of 4 lengths, and it's back to Dear Friday, and We're Not Sure. And down along the inside, that is Love a Mystery and More Victorious. As they go midway on the turn, it's MARZEE F by a neck on Don Rubin on the outside, challenging. Then it's 3 lengths back now to Dear Friday, and We're Not Sure as they turn for home. 3/16 of a mile left to go. On the rail, MARZEE F and Don Rubin on the outside, and these two are still together, matching strides with a furlong left to go. Dear Friday on the outside is racing third. We're Not Sure is racing fourth. Now they approach the 16th pole. Don Rubin, under energetic heading now, has 2 lengths on MARZEE F. Don Rubin shows the way on MARZEE F and Dear Friday.
Don Rubin is another Canadian invader who likes a local surface, posting a pair of seconds in his last 2 starts, and packing a winning kick for today's event. He ran down the leader in mid-stretch to take the victory. Dan Edwards conditions the 7-year-old campaigner, and it's a riding triple for jockey Mike Rowland. 11th race price is the 9 Don Rubin, $9, $4, $2.60. The 8 MARZEE F, $4 and $3.40. The 2 We're Not Sure, $2.60 to show. The exacta 9-8, $47. Late double 1-9, $206.80. Superfecta 9-8-2-7, $669.60. Time for the race 139 and 4. The attendance today was 5,052 fans who bet $746,587. Saturday's post time is 12:30. Thanks for watching. Good luck and good racing.
Lady and winner takes all, and down along the inside, moving boldly into contention now, that is Does Fire, with Cold Playgirl on the rail racing fourth now. And on the outside, Second Investment joins the first flight also. As they continue on down the back stretch, it's Alazan Lady by
Ravens with a purse of $5,000 and a field of 12. The 1 is Whipsnade, the 2 Who Told Dad. Number 3 Shacked Out, the 4 Brandon's Ghost. Number 5 is Big Fire, the 6 Banner Fred. Number 7 Hickory Cane, the 8 Full to the Brim. Number 9 is Honors for Par, the 10 Doctor's Romance. Number 11 Digitation, and the 12 Quillawilla. Here's the call, the second race exacta.
They're all in. And they're off. And for the lead, Digitation from the extreme outside, and between horses that is Full to the Brim, and Doctor's Romance goes right with these 2 splitting horses as they sprint on down the backstretch. That's Doctor's Romance to take the lead by a half a length on Digitation racing second. Whipsnade down along the inside is racing third. Next in line, that's Hickory Cane racing fourth. Full to the Rim races fifth. Who Told That racing sixth. Next in line, that is Banner Fred. On the outside, that is Quillawilla, followed by Brandon's Ghost. Into the turn now. They round that bend, and as they go into the far turn to round the bend, that's Doctor's Romance with Digitation right alongside still. The 2 almost as a team as they race midway on the turn. And then it is a gap of 4 1/2 lengths, and it's back to Shacked Out, which is now racing third. Next in line, that's Quillawilla racing fourth. Hickory Cane is racing fifth. Who Told That 6 on the outside. They set down for home now. On the outside, it's Digitation, and down along the inside, it is Quillawilla with 1/8 of a mile left to go here. A gap of 4. And then it's back now to Doctor's Romance. Here they come on the rail. Doctor's Romance and Digitation. Digitation, Doctor's Romance to fight it up.
Digitation began his career in October and picked up a second-place finish 2 races back on November 15th and sent off the 3-1 choice to handle today's competition. He took command at the half and held on to win it by a neck. Randy Nunley sent out the 2-year-old Nijinsky's Secret Colt. Apprentice rider Robert McWhorter kept him in front to the wire. Second race price is the 11 Digitation, $8.20, $4.60, $4.20. The 10 Doctor's Romance, $7.60, $10. Quillawilla, $12.60 to show. Exacta 11, 10 pace, $75.60. Daily double 111, $15.40. Time for the race, 1:15 flat. Here's the first from the 11 Digitation, first at the wire. Race 3 was 6 furlongs distance for 3-year-olds and up, non-winners have won since June 1st. The purse, $3,200, the claiming price, $4,000, and 8 to the post with a scratch. The 1 is Terms Playtime, the 2 Old Campaigner. Number 3 Second Quarter was scratched. Number 4 Surprise Birthday, the 5 is Red Rahab. Number 6, In My Corner, the 7, Stewartstown. Number 8, Assault by Sea, and the 9, Vita C. Here's the race called the third race trifecta.
And they're off. And for the lead, that is Stewartstown on the outside, and down along the inside, that is Old Campaigner as they come on to the main track and they sprint on down the backstretch. Between horses, that is Red Rahab. On the rail, that's Terms Playtime. Racing on the outside, that is Surprise Birthday. And on the extreme outside, that is Assault by Sea. Gap of 3 lengths is back to In My Corner. Trailing is Vita C as they approach the far turn now. On the outside, it's Stewartstown. And between horses, Red Rahab, and down along the rail, that is Old Campaigner. The 3 are together into the turn. Gap of 4 back to Terms Playtime, racing 4th. Surprise Birthday races 5th on the outside, followed by Assault by Sea, In My Corner down along the inside. As they come by the quarter pole now, it's Old Campaigner down along the inside. Between horses, it's still Red Rahab, and on the outside, that is Stewartstown going wide. They set down for home, saving all the ground. It's Old Campaigner, and now splitting horses. Terms Playtime comes on boldly to take the lead in mid-stretch now. A 16th of a mile left to go. It's Terms Playtime, In My Corner, closing lots of ground, but running out of stretch. Terms Playtime to show the way.
Terms Playtime raced at all 3 Ohio tracks this spring, but after a victory at River Downs in May, he took a long summer vacation. He returned to the races in September and finished 3rd and 4th in 2 starts at Beulah Park. And hitting his best stride for today's return to Thistledown, he garnered his 2nd victory of the season with Jocks race leader Mike Rowland in the saddle. Elmer Winters owns and trains the 7-year-old Campaigner. Third race price is the 1 Terms Playtime, $8.20, $4.60, $3.40. The 6 In My Corner, $6.80 and $4. The 2 Old Campaigner, $3.60 to show. Exacta 1, $6, $80. Trifecta 1, $6, 2, $3.13.60. Time for the race, 1:13 and 3. Race 4 was 6 furlongs distance for 3-year-olds and up, non-winners of 3 this year. The purse, $3,200. The claiming price, $4,000 and 9 at the post. The 1 is Shy Gold. The 2 acts Pacifically. Number 3, Bright Fortune. The 4, Noble Sifa. Number 5 is Bridal Trail. The 6, Classy Secretary. Number 7, Pete's Deal. The 8, Naughty Pork Chop. And the 9 is Tough Tex. Here's the call, the 4th race exacta.
And they're off. For the lead. Down along the inside, that is Shy Gold, and from between horses now being sent right to the 4, that is Act Specifically, and right there with Act Specifically is Bright Fortune as they continue on down the backstretch. And racing on the outside, that is Bridal Trail with Naughty Pork Chop. Shy Gold is now racing 5th. Next in line, that is Tough Tex racing 6th. Down along the inside is Noble Sifa as they approach the far turn. It's Act Specifically by a neck as Naughty Pork Chop ranges up the challenge into the turn. Bright Fortune racing 3rd, Bridal Trail 5th on the outside. As they go midway on the turn, it is Naughty Pork Chop by 3/4 of a length now on Act Specifically. As they pass the quarter pole, it's Naughty Pork Chop now by some 2 lengths. Shy Gold between horses is lodging a bit now, along with Bright Fortune, and on the extreme outside, Tough Tex. Now with 1/8 of a mile left to go, it's still Naughty Pork Chop on the head end, and Shy Gold coming on in the middle of the racetrack. As they approach the 16th pole on the rail, it's Naughty Pork Chop, Shy Gold. Naughty Pork Chop and Shy Gold coming on.
Shy Gold is a consistent performer who posted a pair of wins and a total of 11 in-the-money finishes from 17 previous starts this year. And bringing his consistency to the local surface in today's race, he won it by a neck with jockey Luis Martinez in the irons. Alan Stout settled the 8-year-old gelded son of Barrera. 4th race price is the 1 Shy Gold, $7.60, $4 and $3.60. The 8 Naughty Pork Chop, $9 and $5.40. The 9 Tough Tex paid $4.40 to show. Exacta 1/8 pays $74.60. Time for the race, 1:13 and 4. Here's the photo showing the 1 Shy Gold with a neck in front of Naughty Pork Chop. Race 5 was 1 mile and 40 yards around the oval for 3-year-olds and up, non-winners of 2. The purse, $3,400. The claiming price, $5,000 and a field of 11. The 1 is Pedestrian. The 2 Orchid Beach. Number 3 Exhibitors Mister. The 4 is Standing Guard. Number 5 Call Me Si. The 6 Uncle Hyginio. Number 7 Weekend Flyer. The 8 is Hobo Hill. Number 9 I Command. The 10 Flynn. And the 11 is Indian Oil. Here's the call, the 5th race exacta.
And they're off. for the lead. From between horses, Uncle Higinio. And being sent from the outside, that is I Command along with Flynn. And on the outside of Flynn, racing extremely wide, but going with the first flight, that is Indian Ole. Saving ground then along the inside is Call Me Cy as they round the clubhouse turn. Next in line, that is Weekend Flyer. On the rail, that is Orchid Beach. Next in line, it's Pedestrian, followed by Hobo Hill, gap of 5, and it's back to Acipiter's Mister, and Standing Guard is the trailer in the field as they go on down the backstretch. Continuing on down the backstretch now with I Command to take the lead on Uncle Higinio by a length, with Flynn racing third, a gap of 3 lengths. It's back to Call Me Cy racing fourth. Indian Ole is racing fifth. On the outside of Indian Ole, that is Hobo Hill, followed by Weekend Flyer. Next in line, down along the inside, it is Orchid Beach, Acipiter's Mister, and Indian Ole. As they approach the far turn, I Command opens up some 4 1/2 lengths. Racing into second down along the rail, that is Call Me Cy. Uncle Higinio drops back to third. On the outside, fourth is Hobo Hill, followed by Weekend Flyer down along the inside. Flynn is dropping back, and on the outside, Acipiter's Mister. Let's go back to the head end. The quarter of a mile left to go. It's I Command by some 5 lengths on Call Me Cy, with Pedestrian moving boldly now, racing third. Call Me Cy on the rail is fourth. Here they come. I Command still has lots of daylight with a furlong from the wire. Approaching the 16th pole is still I Command, and closing is Pedestrian, but still late. I Command in full command on Pedestrian.
I Command is a Fort Erie invader who looked sharp in his second race over the local track on November 14th, when he finished third in his last race November 24th. And running to the top of his form for today's contest, he went right to the engine and drew off to a 4-length winning margin. Ralph Walsh owns and trains the 4-year-old gelding jockey. Dale Hemsley was in the saddle. Fifth race price is the 9 I Command, $680, $280, and $280 the 1. Pedestrian, $280 and $240 the 5. Call Me Cy paid $460 to show. The exacta 9 and 1 pays $17. First half of the twin try, 9-1-5, 19-20. Time for the race, 1:45 and 3. Race 6 was 6 furlongs distance for 3-year-olds and up. The purse, $4,200. The claiming price, $6,250, and 8 to the gate. The 1 is Solicit. The 2, Nat the Cat. Number 3, Saucy John. The 4 is Coulda Been. Number 5 is Aja. The 6, Bachelor Beau. Number 7, Matthews Keep. And the 8 is Glendance. Here's Alan Drake to call the 6th race exacta.
And they're off. For the lead from between horses, that is a Bachelor Beau with Aja together coming on to the main track, and they sprint on down the backstretch, and on the outside of these two, that is Matthews Keep. Matthews Keep now has the lead by a head on Bachelor Beau, with Aja down along the rail racing third, but very close up, a gap of 3. And then it is back now to Solicit racing fourth. On the outside, that is Glendance. Between horses, Coulda Been. Gap of 5 lengths back to Saucy John, and Nat the Cat trailing in this field as they continue on down the backstretch and approach the far turn. Down along the inside, that is Aja and Bachelor Beau together as they go midway on the turn. It's a gap of 4 lengths, and then it's back to Matthews Keep. Down along the inside, Coulda Been and Glendance. Now they pass the quarter pole. On the rail, it's Aja with Bachelor Beau. Still matching strides with 3/16 of a mile left to go in the contest. They set down. Now, on the outside, it's Bachelor Beau. And Aja gamely coming on again, coming by the furlong marker. On the rail, that's Coulda Been, and Glendance is on the outside. Here they come. It's Aja and Bachelor Beau and Glendance to fight it out along with Coulda Been on the rail.
Aja is a very solid campaigner whose name is very popular in the claim box. He was haltered 3 times over his last 6 starts, twice for $5,000, both times after third-place finishes, and he was claimed again for $4,000 after his second victory at that level, last time out on October 31st. And remaining sharp for today's jump-in class, he pushed ahead from just behind the pace to win it by a neck at a hefty 14-to-1 price on the board. Apprentice jockey Juan Rahina had them on a Sandy Plato trainee. 6th race price is the 5 Aja, $30, $40, $880, and $460 the 8. Glendance, $4 and $320 the 6. Bachelor Beau paid $660 to show. The exacta 5 and 8 pays $82.40. Time for the race, 1:12 and 4. Here's the photo showing the 5 Aja by a neck over the 8 Glendance. Race 7 was a flat mile around the track for 3-year-olds and up, non-winners of 2 since May 30th. The purse, $3,400, the claiming price, $4,000, and 9 horses to the post. The 1 is Dear Friday, the 2, Bold Playboy. Number 3, Gay Diary, the 4 is Hackett Hackett. Number 5, Sea Lakes Hero, the 6 is You're Exploding. Number 7, Runaway Sal, the 8 is MARZEE. And rounding out the field, the 9 is New Marvin. Here's the call, the 7th race trifecta.
And they're off. MARZEE from the outside is sent first away, along with New Marvin on the outside of MARZEE as they pass the wire for the first time, with Bold Playboy racing third close up as they approach the clubhouse turn. That's Sea Lakes Hero racing fourth. Saving ground into the clubhouse turn is Dear Friday on the rail. Next in line on the outside, Hackett Hackett and Runaway Sal. Gap of 3 lanes. It's back to You're Exploding, and trailing down along the inside, that is Gay Diary. They go on down the backstretch. MARZEE has a length on New Marvin racing second, and racing third now. That's Sea Lakes Hero with Hackett Hackett fourth on the outside of Sea Lakes Hero. 2 back to Runaway Sal racing fifth. Bold Playboy down along the rail is 6. A gap of 4 back to You're Exploding. Next in line is Dear Friday, and still trailing in this field, that is Gay Diary with a half mile left to go. It's still MARZEE on the head end by a neck on New Marvin, ranging up the challenge as they go into that final turn. It's a gap of 4 lanes back now to Sea Lakes Hero racing third down along the inside, with Hackett Hackett racing fourth. 4 lanes back now to You're Exploding racing fifth, followed by Runaway Sal. Down along the inside is Bold Playboy, Dear Friday. Now we'll go back to the head end as they approach the quarter pole. It's MARZEE on the rail with New Marvin, and these two are still together as they turn for home with 3/16 of a mile left to go. They set down. On the outside, it's New Marvin, and then along the inside, it's MARZEE, a gap of 4 back to Hackett Hackett racing third. Now they approach the 16th pole. On the rail, MARZEE, New Marvin, and a distant third at this stage in the contest is Hackett Hackett and You're Exploding. In deep stretch, MARZEE and New Marvin fight it out.
New Marvin flashed some early speed over his last few starts, but didn't have much gas in the tank for the drive to the wire. Not many of us thought he was going to improve in today's race, and when he got home first, he lit up the board with a $53 mutual. Charles Kovach saddled the 6-year-old gelding, and it's a riding double for jockey Dale Hemsley. 7th race price is the 9 New Marvin, $53.40, $15.80, and $7. The 8 MARZEE, $4.80 and $2.80. The 6 You're Exploding paid $3 to show. The exacta 9 and 8 pays $193.20. Trifecta 986 pays $848.60. There were no winners in the twin try, and the carryovers $11,590.80. Time for the race, 1:41 and 1/5. Here's the photos from the 9 New Marvin with his nose on the wire. Race 8 was 6 furlongs distance for 3-year-olds and up. The purse, $5,400, the claiming price, $12,500, and 8 to the gate. The 1 is Bro Law, the 2, Lucky Nelson. Number 3 is Legal Touch, the 4, Coach George. Number 5, Royalty Hill, the 6, One More Magic. Number 7 is Perry Pursue, and the 8 is Buckeye Bob. Here's the call of the 8th race trifecta.
And they're off. For the lead, that is Coach George and Royalty Hill together, and Legal Touch is right there with these two as they sprint on down the backstretch. Racing on the outside, that's Perry Pursue racing fourth. Gap of 5 lengths, and then it's back to Bro Law. Lucky Nelson is between horses. On the outside of Lucky Nelson, that is One More Magic. Trailing in the field, Buckeye Bob. They passed the half-mile marker. And down along the inside, that is Legal Touch being sent to the 4 now on Royalty Hill by a length into the turn. And then it's 3 lanes back to Perry Pursue, which is racing third. Coach George races fourth as they go midway on the turn. The quarter 22 and 2. And as they approach the quarter pole, on the lead by 2, it is Legal Touch on Royalty Hill, a gap of 3 back to Perry Pursue and Coach George on the outside. Now they turn for home with the half-mile 46 flat. In the stretch, they approach the furlong pole, and on the head end, it's Legal Touch by 5, widening. Coach George is racing second now. Here they come, 16th of a mile left to go. Legal Touch, Coach George is second. Legal Touch shows the way on Coach George.
Legal Touch shipped up from Kentucky after posting 3 seconds from 6 starts against $10,000 to $25,000 claimers and taking a class dive to the $5,000 level on his local bout November 15th. He went right to the Thistledown winner's circle after a 7-length victory. And in his last race, November 24th, faced allowance foes and notched a close second-place finish. And backing allowance division again for today's event, he notched his second win and 6th in-the-money finish in 9 tries this year. Anthony Rini owns and trains the 4-year-old gelding. Jackie Rodrigo Madrigal Jr. was in the irons. 8th race price is the 3 Legal Touch, $7, $3.60 and $3. The 4 Coach George, $6.20 and $4.20. The 8 Buckeye Bob paid $2.80 to show. The exacta 3 and 4 pays $46.80, and the pick 3, the numbers 5, 9, and 3 pays $13,387.80 for picking 3 out of 3. The trifecta 3, 4, 8, 228.60. Super 7, 5 of 7, 103.60. Super 7 carryover, $45,766.89. Time for the race, a quick 1:12 flat. Race 9 was 6 furlongs distance for 2-year-old fillies, non-winners of 1 other than Maiden or Claiming, were under allowance conditions for a purse of $5,900 and a field of 6. The 1 is North Coast Nugget, the 2 Champlain Champagne, number 3 Millie Marco, the 4 Major Statement, number 5 is His Lady, and the 6 Saucy Jane. Here's the call of the 9th race exacta.
And they're off. And for the lead from the outside, that is Saucy Jane. Major Statement goes right with Saucy Jane, coming on to the main track. And down along the inside, Champlain Champagne races into 3rd. On the rail, North Coast Nugget joins the first flight also, followed by Millie Marco, His Lady. They continue on down the back stretch with a half-mile left to go. It's Major Statement on the outside with a head North Coast Nugget as they continue on down the back stretch and approach the far turn, a gap of 5 lengths. And then it is back now to His Lady on the outside, racing into 3rd. As they race midway on the turn, on the outside, that is Major Statement. Down along the inside, that is North Coast Nugget. And going with these two now as they turn for home and set down is Champlain Champagne. On the outside, Champlain Champagne, and down along the rail, that is North Coast Nugget. His Lady is closing lots of ground down along the inside, racing into 3rd. They pass the furlong pole. North Coast Nugget on the rail and Champlain Champagne, these two in deep stretch. North Coast Nugget now has daylight on Champlain Champagne. North Coast Nugget shows the way.
North Coast Nugget graduated at first asking last time out on November 11th, and remaining at the top of her game for today's race, she kept a perfect 2-for-2 record. Margaret Grimm settled the 2-year-old daughter of Yukon, and it's a riding double for jockey Dominic Giglio. 9th race price is the 1 North Coast Nugget, $14.60, $5.20 and $4. The 5 His Lady, $4.80 and $3. The 2 Champlain Champagne, $3.20 to show. Exacta 1, $5, $65.80. Time for the race, 1:15 and 3. Race 10 was a 4.5 panel dash for 3-year-olds and up. An allowance event, the Speedster Special number 4 with a purse of $7,000 and 8 to the gate. The 1 is Todd's Hero, the 2 Devil's Green. Number 3 Abington Road, the 4 is Eye to Eye. Number 5 Military Bear, and the 6 Indiana Farm Boy. Number 7 Just Call Me Max, and the 8 is JILSIE'S Gigalo. Here's the call of the 10th race feature.
They're all in. And they're off. And all the way alertly down along the inside, that's Todd's Hero taking the early lead, opening up 2 lengths. On the extreme outside, that is Military Baron racing 2nd. And Just Call Me Max is racing 3rd. On the outside, that's JILSIE'S Gigalo racing 4th. Between horses, that is Eye to Eye into the turn. And then it's a gap of 5 back to Devil's Green and Indiana Farm Boy. As they approach the quarter pole, it's Todd's Hero by a length on Eye to Eye racing 2nd. And on the outside, that's JILSIE'S Gigalo racing 3rd. Military Burn is racing 4th, and Devil's Green is racing 5th. They turn for home. They set down for the drive. It's still Todd's Hero on the head end. JILSIE'S Gigalo is being set down and coming on boldly on the outside. It's Todd's Hero by a length and a half. JILSIE'S Gigalo driving on the outside, but is not gaining significantly. Todd's Hero by 2 lengths on JILSIE'S Gigalo. Todd's Hero.
Todd's Hero followed a 3rd place finish in the Best of Ohio Sprint with a pair of seconds in allowance company. And breaking alertly from the inside post in today's event, he opened up a daylight lead and held his advantage to the wire to prevail over winningest horse in America, JILSIE'S Gigalo. Alan Sobel trains the 4-year-old colt, and for the 4th day in a row, it's a riding double for jockey Mike Rowland. 10th race prices, the 1 Todd's Hero, $6.80, $3 and $2.60. The 8 JILSIE'S Gigalo, $2.60 and $2.10. The 2 Devil's Green paid $2.80 to show. The exacta 1 and 8 pays $13 even. Trifecta 182 pays $40.20. Time for the 4.5 furlongs, 52 3/5. Race 11 was 1 lap around the track for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up. The purse, $3,800. The claiming price, $4,000, and 9 horses to the post. The 1 is Raphael. The 2, Falcons Friday. Number 3, Aunt Shell, and the 4 is Capimura. Number 5, Beyond Certainty. The 6 is Lady Marlene. Number 7, Tracy's Trick. The 8, Avatarian. And rounding out the field, the 9 is Jocelyn L. Here's now ready to call the 11th race, Superfecta.
All in now. And they're off. For the lead down along the inside, that's Raphael. Being sent from the extreme outside is Lady Marlene along with Jocelyn L. And Ann Shellen is racing 4th down along the inside. Beyond Certainty is racing 5th on the outside, followed by Capimura. Saving ground into the clubhouse turn is Tracy's Trick. A gap of 5 lengths is back to Avatarian. And as they round the clubhouse turn and go on down the backstretch now. On the outside is Lady Marlene to take the lead a half length on Raphael on the rail, racing 2nd, with Jocelyn L. close up racing 3rd. 3 lengths back to Beyond Certainty, which is racing 4th. Next in line down along the inside, Ann Shellen. From the outside of Ann Shellen is Capimura. 3 lengths back now to Falcons Friday, followed by Avatarian, and Tracy's Trick is the trailer in the field. Continuing on down the backstretch, it's Raphael by half a length on Lady Marlene and Jocelyn L. on the outside. As they go into that far turn to round the bend, it is Raphael and Jocelyn L. now ranging up to challenge Raphael as Lady Marlene drops back to 3rd. Midway on the turn, Jocelyn L. opens up a length and a half now on Raphael racing 2nd. It's 3 lanes back to Lady Marlene racing 3rd. Beyond Certainty is racing 4th, and that's Tracy's Trick on the outside with Falcons Friday. Now they turn for home. 3/16 of a mile left to go. It's Jocelyn L. on the lead by 5 and still widening on this field. Raphael holds on to 2nd temporarily, and closing on the outside is Falcons Friday now racing in the 2nd. With a 16th left to go, Jocelyn L. in full command. Racing 2nd is Falcons Friday, and closing for a piece of it is Avatarian.
Jocelyn L. woke up recently, winning 2 of her last 3 starts, including a 1.5 length tally in her last race, November 17th, when she stretched out to race 2 turns, and remaining sharp for today's 2-turn event, she cruised home to an easy daylight score. Stanley Barber trains the 6-year-old mare. Jockey Danny Weiler was in the irons. 11th race price is the 9 Jocelyn L. $7.40, $4.60, and $3.40. The 2 Falcons Friday, $9 and $6. The 8 Avatarian paid $5 to show. The exacta 9 and 2 pays $71.60. Late double 1 and 9 pays $36.40. In the superfecta, the numbers 9, 2, 8, and 7 pays $1,631.40. Time for the race, 1:41 3/5. The attendance today was 5,145 fans who bet $732,232.
Decided to try to sell the institution, that it was not wise for him to have gotten into a regulated business. His attitude, his philosophy was too entrepreneurial. He wanted to get out of the business. Senator Cranston and Deacon Cini both urged that the board give prompt and serious consideration to the offers to sell the institution. As I see the documentation that has been provided, at the time I wondered, why does somebody urge that we give serious consideration to something? We're not playing games down there. We're doing serious business at a serious time.
But weren't they in fact urging you to do it?
I'm sorry?
Weren't they in fact urging you to approve the sale?
They were urging us to give prompt consideration, and if a valid sale, to proceed with the sale.
But you didn't feel it was out of order.
I didn't feel it was out of order. And as I was just making the point, Senator, if I might, as I see some of these other documents, they were obviously their ears were being whispered in, telling them that we weren't serious, that we weren't looking at it. We, the board now, the 3 of us. Well, indeed, we looked at each of them. It was not a lightly considered process.
Charles Keating managed to keep the doors opened at Lincoln Savings until April 14th, 1989. On that day, the government finally did move in and shut Lincoln down at a cost to taxpayers of $2 billion. Wall blames Keating for the long delay.
I think if I've learned one thing in hindsight in this whole process, it is that we were dealing with a master at delay. And who was that? Mr. Keating and all of his lieutenants.
And why do you say that he was a master at delay? What are the things he asked you to do that could result in delay to the benefit of Lincoln?
Well, it wasn't a matter of what they asked us to do. It's a matter of actions they took, as I indicated to you earlier.
Tell us what they were.
As I indicated to you earlier, the matter of insisting that, or resisting the provision of documents and data that was being asked for. The fact that offices were maintained inconveniently in 2 different states, albeit both states within the jurisdiction of San Francisco, fortunately. The matter that they had taken court actions against the San Francisco staff, against the staff in Washington, against me personally over the months and weeks, and were very litigious. It clearly was, as I say, in hindsight, you put all these things together and you look back at them, you get a much clearer picture than you had as you're living it.
The Keating 5 senators themselves are scheduled to begin their testimony before the Ethics Committee later this week.
Finally tonight, essayist Roger Rosenblatt with some words about heroes and real people.
Can we learn to take it when our heroes are shown to have clay feet? The people handling the papers of Martin Luther King, Jr. announced that Dr. King plagiarized portions of his doctoral dissertation. They hated to say so, but Dr. King, the idol of millions of school children, was at one time in his life an intellectual cheat. It has been alleged for a long time that Dr. King was a womanizer. We squirmed when we learned that. We will have even a harder time dealing with the idea of the civil rights saint as plagiarist. The same discomfort fell on us when John F. Kennedy's life was shown to be an unpleasant mixture of noble public words and ignoble private actions. A parade of mistresses, including the girlfriend of a notorious mobster, sneaking up the back stairs of the White House. Kennedy, unlike King, was more a hero of style and vision than of accomplishment. Yet especially after his martyred death, it was painful and confusing to discover the weak spots in that handsome mind. Maybe we've had a hard time dealing with such disclosures because we've forgotten what a hero is supposed to be. A hero is supposed to be flawed. The great heroes of the past, fact and fiction, were flawed up to their eyeballs. Odysseus, for all his adventurous island hopping, was an almost pathological adulterer. Brutus was a traitor. Et tu, Brute? Even you, Brutus, the best of the empire, the most loyal of the lot? General George Patton was brave and swashbuckling and also a harsh egomaniac. No one but the hero Patton slapped that weeping soldier in the face. Heroes became heroes by incorporating their weaknesses. The impurities, like alloys to steel, were considered indispensable to their strength. We might also consider that heroes are legends made by us, not by themselves. If the designation hero depended solely on good deeds, every unsung social worker would have his or her name in bronze. But heroes are public inventions. We bear their names abroad on our shoulders, bigger, brighter, higher. If we suffer vast disappointment every time the Thanksgiving Day balloons of John F. Kennedy or Martin Luther King are shot with an arrow, it's at least partly because we've been playing a child's game all along. Nothing can be wrong. Nothing can be wrong. But in our rational hearts, we always knew these people were human. Something could be wrong. Great deeds do not excuse peccadillos, crimes, or misdemeanors. They're probably not supposed to. Dr. King wasn't less of a plagiarist because he steered the country right. But heroes are our responsibility. The burden of heroic reputation is in our hands. And in the world of investigative journalism, we'd better be prepared for all sorts of disappointments in the future. The unvarnished truth about Gandhi, the unrevealed secrets of Joan of Arc. Greatness may have nothing to do with goodness. Virtue is complex. The best of people make mistakes. Valor at 2 in the afternoon may become sinfulness at midnight. If we want to keep our heroes, these are the discriminations we may need to make for ourselves and for our children. I'm Roger Rosenblatt.
Once again, Tuesday's top stories. President Bush said economic sanctions may not be enough to drive Saddam Hussein from Kuwait. Iraq said it would allow 3,000 Soviet workers to leave, but that Moscow must pay compensation for breaking their labor contracts. Good night, Jim.
Good night, Robin. We'll see you tomorrow night with Secretary of State Baker's testimony before the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, among other things. I'm Jim Lara. Thank you and good night.
Funding for the NewsHour has...
Local acquisition costs for the McNeil-Lehrer NewsHour Tuesday edition have been underwritten through a grant from your local area AAAs of Akron, Alliance, Barberton, East Liverpool, and Maslin, who provide worldwide travel service to members and non-members alike.
We hope you enjoyed this evening's edition of the McNeil-Lehrer NewsHour, and as you do Monday through Friday right here on channels 45 and 49. And we know as a McNeil-Lehrer viewer, you're a discriminating viewer, and we appreciate that, and hope that if you're not already a member of the channels 45 and 49, your local public television stations, you'll take that step right now. 1-800-672-4549, and we've got volunteers here this evening to take your call. Friends of channels 45 and 49 and members of the Community Advisory Board, and we'd like to welcome them, and they're going to make it as easy as possible for you to become a member right now. And if you enjoy and rely on the McNeil-Lehrer NewsHour each and every night, why not make that commitment right now? $5 or $10 a month on the installment plan, or if you'd like to make a pledge of $100 and design your own installment plan of $10 a month for 10 months or $25 a month for 4 months, it doesn't matter. But what does matter is you taking that first step right now to the phone and making that pledge of support. It's something I hope that we can count on you doing. We'll be here before we get into Nova. We've got a great lineup this evening, and we hope you'll stay with us. My name is Dave Day, Director of Development for Channels 45 and 49, and Ginny Daly, our Development Associate, is in the studio amongst our volunteers, and we're going to try to get these phones ringing right now. Ginny.
Thanks, Dave. We sure are going to try to get these phones ringing. You know, the McNeil-Lehrer NewsHour is one of the cornerstones of public television, as is Nova. These are two outstanding programs that are brought to you by you, because you are the public in public television. We receive support from various sources, but the bulk of our support comes from the public that's public television. It comes from you. It comes from the members. It comes from the companies that underwrite various programs. It comes from foundations that give us money to help broadcast these programs and to help us acquire our rights for these programs. And each year, the amount of support that the government gives us becomes less and less. We get a certain percentage from the federal government and some more from the state government, but the bulk of that, 60% of our budget, comes from you. It comes from the public in public television. It comes from the private sector. And that's why we come to you 3 times a year to ask you to become a member of channels 45 and 49 so that we can continue with programs like Nova and the McNeil-Lehrer NewsHour. It's your support that truly does make these programs possible. And we certainly hope that you've enjoyed these programs over the years, if you've enjoyed Nova, and if you've enjoyed the wonderful science and nature programs that we have, that you'll support those programs by becoming a member. Dave?
Well, we've said it for many years that it's pay TV on the honor system, and that's exactly what it is. And we only come to you 37 days out of the year asking for that support, and that's why it's so important for you to cast your vote right now. And if you enjoy Nova, and particularly think back on all the great Nova programs throughout this past year, when we haven't been there asking for your support, but now's the time to make that call, make that commitment. And when you do call at the basic level of $30, or, excuse me, we hope you'll consider a pledge of $52, which we're averaging right about now, you'll start to receive the alternative, our monthly program guide, and you'll receive this in your mailbox before the first of each month. This one happens to be about 26 pages. You can flip through it, and news about upcoming programs and news about your public television stations, channels 45 and 49. And you'll enjoy receiving this for an entire year. How do you get it? By calling right now, 1-800-672-4549. Again, our volunteers are standing by. It takes about a minute of your time. That's it. And you'll be on your way as a program purchasing member, helping to make not only Nova, but the broadcast schedule that you rely on each and every day, 365 days a year on channels 45 and 49. Ginny.
Thanks, Dave. And we have, during this December membership drive, a wonderful challenge that's in effect. The Cable System Challenge is what we are calling it. And for every new member pledge of $100 or more, you can receive from your local cable company either free installation if you do not already have cable, or if you do have cable, you can have 1 month's free basic service. You can see on your screen some of the cable companies that are have joined with us for the Cable System Challenge. You don't really need to flip through them that quickly. If you call now with your pledge of $100 or more, we'll simply take your name, your address, your phone number. You don't need to know what cable system you reside in. In a few days, you'll receive a call from your local cable company, and that's the time that you will make the arrangements for either the 1 month's free basic cable service or free installation, whichever you would prefer. But the time to do it is now. The time to go to your phone is now, and make that call with your pledge of support for channels 45 and 49. Here are some of the quality programs you'll see on 45 and 49, and some great reasons for you to call right now.
When you subscribe to this station, you're giving yourself great programs like National Geographic, American Playhouse, and great performances. But think about it. You're also supporting important programs for your children. Young minds deserve the best we can provide, and shows for children on PBS are a way to have fun with learning. Whether Mr. Rogers starts their morning or Sesame Street completes their afternoon, the youngest members of your family are gaining knowledge about the world, about life, and about themselves. By supporting this programming, you're giving young minds food for the future. Make that call right now. Your kids love to watch TV. Isn't PBS the kind of TV you want them to watch?
That's my favorite, and I think as you watch that, that brings back a lot of good thoughts about what public television is all about. And as we get into Nova, I hope you'll consider a pledge for the children. I know my little guy, he has a hard time even reaching the phone to make that pledge, and why not do it for him? The children's programs that you see each and every day, Sesame Street, Mr. Rogers, and Nova, as we get into some of the higher years throughout school, plays an important part in their learning, and we're proud to bring that to you, and we thank our members for making that possible. And if you happen to be watching on cable right now, we found through surveys that 2 out of 3 viewers think that some of the funds that they, as they write out their monthly bill to the cable company, somehow makes its way back to channels 45 and 49, and it's just not the case. And we certainly appreciate the cable operator's support on this Cable System Challenge, but be aware that none of that money through that monthly bill works its way back to the stations. It happens right here, and that's the reason for this campaign. A chance for you to light these phones up with a vote of approval and support of the programs that you enjoy. If you like the program on the Tuesday evening, the Nova series, and you regularly tune in and expect it to be there, do your part right now, if you will, to help make that program possible. Ginny.
Thanks, Dave. And we know that you're willing to do your part. It happens every time the phone rings. There's somebody out there who's willing to do their part. And we hope that you'll take this opportunity to do your part and become a member of channels 45 and 49. We've made it as easy for you as we possibly can. Just a few seconds of your time for your name, your address, your phone number, and the amount of your pledge. Most of our new member pledges have been coming in at about $1 a week. Whatever you can manage, $5 a month, $10 a month, $30 a year is the basic membership in channels 45 and 49. But this is the time for you to do it, and perhaps you're employed by a company that has a matching gift program, in which case your $5 or $10 a month contribution can be turned into a $10 or a $20 a month contribution. After you make your pledge, when you receive your statement in a few days, there'll be a list of matching gift companies. And you probably already know whether or not your company has a matching gift program. Very easy for you to do. Very easy to turn that $5 or $10 a month contribution into $10 or $20 for public television. Go to that phone and make that call. 1-800-672-4549. Your name, your address, your phone number. You can use our installment plan, your Visa, your MasterCard, your Discover card, whichever is easiest for you, but this is the time to do it. We are WNEO Alliance, WEAO Akron.
If you were unable to make your pledge by phone, you can become a member of channels 45 and 49 by sending your contribution to channels 45 and 49, Kent, Ohio 44240-5191.
Hello and welcome to Thistledown Today. I'm your host, Frank Isfording, with the wrap-up for Sunday, December 2nd, the 41st day of the Cranwood meeting here at Thistledown. We have an 11-race card, 10 here on a fast track, and the simulcast of the Iroquois from Aqueduct. Let's go to the first race and see how you did. Race 1 was 6 furlongs distance for maidens, 3-year-olds and up, foaled in Ohio with a purse of $8,000 and 9 to the post. The 1 is Rally Flag, the 2 Victory Punch, number 3 Sinful Sailor, the 4 Intricate Design, number 5 is Milk Can, the 6 M&M Kid, number 7 Kentucky Red, the 8 Pistol Blue, and running out the field, the 9 is Sherman's Mister. Here's the call of Sunday's first race.
And they're off. And for the lead, that is Kentucky Red with Pistol Blue right there with Kentucky Red, and racing third on the outside of these two now. That is Sherman's Mister. Down along the inside, Rally Flag races fourth. Next in line, Victory Punch racing fifth, followed by Sensible Sailor, followed by Milk Can. Down along the inside, it's Intricate Design, and on the outside, that is M&M Kid. They continue on down the back stretch, and on the outside, that is Sherman's Mister to take the lead on Pistol Blue as they go into the far turn. A gap of 4 lengths, and then it is back to Rally Flag racing third, Kentucky Red racing fourth. M&M Kid begins to move now on the outside and races into third. As we go midway on the turn, though, it's Sherman's Mister by 2 lengths on Pistol Blue. 4 back to M&M Kid. Next in line, that is Kentucky Red. They turn for home. It's Sherman's Mister by some 4 lengths on Pistol Blue, still racing second with M&M Kid on the outside, coming on boldly now. 1/8 of a mile left to go. Sherman's Mister has some 5 lengths on M&M Kid. In deep stretch, it's Sherman's Mister in full command here.
Sherman's Mister is a River Downs invader who was fighting the runner-up habit this year with 3 second-place finishes from 5 tries, but sent up as the odds-on choice to break the habit in today's contest. He led all the way to an easy 4-length graduation on his 12th career outing. T-Win Jolly saddled the 4-year-old gelded son of elocutionist. Jocks race leader Mike Rowland took him to the winner's circle. First race price is the 9 Sherman's Mister, $360, $240, and $240. M&M Kid, $260, $280. Pistol Blue, $560 to show. Exacta $9.6, $9.20. Time for the race, 1:12 and 4. Race 2 was 6 furlongs distance for maidens, 3-year-olds and up, foaled in Ohio with a purse of $8,000 and 10 starters. The 1 is Silent Miles, the 2 DJ's Little Guy. Number 3 Johnny the Greek, the 4 is General Gray Lynn. Number 5 JJ Leader, the 6 Village Prince. Number 7 Reasonably Classic, the 8 is Giz's Chump Change. Number 9 is Iron Mike, and the 10 He's a Happy Man. Here's the call of the second race, Exacta.
And they're off. Oh, the lead. That's Giz's Chump Change on the outside. It's Iron Mike. Down along the inside is DJ's Little Guy. And on the rail, Silent Miles now sent to the front. That's Silent Miles by a length. On JJ Leader racing into second. Giz's Chump Change is now racing third. Village Princess racing fourth down along the inside. Next in line on the outside, He's a Happy Man, followed by Reasonably Classic. Down along the inside, it's Johnny the Greek. As they continue on down the backstretch, Silent Miles still holds on to the lead by a length. JJ Leader ranging up the challenge into the turn, and down along the inside, making a big, bold move is Johnny the Greek, and looking for room now. As they race midway on the turn, it's Silent Miles, and on the outside, Giz's Chump Change. JJ Leader dropping back, and down along the inside, it is Johnny the Greek racing third now. They turn for home, and they set down for the drive. And on the outside, Giz's Chump Change with Silent Miles. And down along the inside, it's Johnny the Greek coming on boldly, and closing is Reasonably Classic on the outside. And in deep stretch, Giz's Chump Change gamely holds on, and closing on the rail is Village Prince. Giz's Chump Change less.
Giz's Chump Change was coming close recently, following a pair of thirds at 6 panels, with a second-place finish going 10 furlongs in his last race, November 15th. And turning back to the sprint wars for today's event, he rallied to a 1-length victory as a lukewarm 7-2 favorite. Jerry Sparks trains the 3-year-old gelding. Jackie Roloviz Commando did the booting. Second race price is the 8 Giz's Chump Change, $9.20, $3.80, and $3.20. The 6 Village Prince, $4.40 and $4.20. Johnny the Greek, $8.60 to show. Exacta 8.6, $25.60. Daily Double 9.8, $19.40. Time for the race, 1:14 and 3. Race 3 was 6 furlongs distance for 3-year-olds and up, non-winners of 1 this year. The purse, $3,200. The claiming price, $4,000, and a field of 12. The 1 is Caribbean Dancer. The 2, Sporting Club. Number 3 is Lindy's Kid. The 4, Landano. Number 5, OK Canada. The 6, Nugget Power. Number 7, Full Curl. The 8 is Noble Nano. Number 9, You're My Buddy. The 10, All the Way. Number 11, Lot of Bourbon. And the 12, Explodin' Wagon. Here's the call of the third race trifecta.
And they're off. Oh, the lead all the way from the outside with You're My Buddy right alongside. On the rail, Caribbean Dancer racing into third, and that is Lindy's Kid there racing fourth with the first fight also. Now Lindy's Kid races third with Caribbean Dancer fourth on the rail, but very close up. Still a gap of 5 lengths. It's back to OK Canada. Between horses, that is Nugget Power. A lot of Bourbon racing on the outside. Next in line, that is Exploded Wagon. A gap of 4 back to Noble Nano, followed by Londano Sporting Club and Full Curl. Into the turn now. And as they round the bend, on the rail, that is Caribbean Dancer, and on the outside of Caribbean Dancer, moving boldly once again to challenge, that is Lindy's Kid. Lindy's Kid by a neck on Caribbean Dancer down along the inside, and All the Way is on the outside, circling once again. They turn for home with 3/16 of a mile left to go. On the outside, All the Way. Lindy's Kid racing second, still 3 lanes back. The Caribbean Dancer racing third. Nugget Power races fourth now. As they approach the 16th pole, opening up 3 in mid-stretch now. It is All the Way, closing on the outside. Sporting Club, but running out of stretch. All the Way to show the way.
All the Way returned from a long layoff this fall and was flashing early speed in all of his 6 starts, but took a drop to the $4,000 step of the claiming ladder on November 8th to be close at the wire. In that race, he led for the first 3 calls and finished second by a half length. To win his next and last race, November 23rd, he backed up in the lane to finish 7th, but sent up as the 3-2 favorite in today's event. He rallied to his first win of the season for trainer Stephen Ford Jr., and for the 5th day in a row, it's a riding double for jockey Mike Rowland. Third race price of the 10 All the Way, $5, $4, and $3.60. The 2 Sporting Club, a 78 to 1 shot, $36.40 and $30.60. Nugget Power paid $5 to show. Exacta 10-2, $260 even. Trifecta 10-2-6, $2,460.80. Time for the 6 furlongs, 113 and 3. Race 4 was 1 mile and 40 yards around the track for 3-year-olds and up, non-winners of 2 this year. The purse, $3,400, the claiming price, $4,000, and 11 to the post. The 1 is Flight Guide, the 2 Triumvirate. Number 3, Master Sum, the 4 is Wirefied. Number 5, Happy Bones, the 6, Leopold G. Number 7, Griffard, the 8, Just a Little Bit. Number 9, Bold and Rich, the 10, Peck Sniffery, and the 11, Al Walid. Here's the call of the 4th race, Exacta.
And they're off. And for the lead, Master Sum down along the inside. Triumvirate between horses racing second. Flight Guide races third, coming by the stands for the first time. Followed by Just a Little Bit racing fourth on the outside. And as they go into the clubhouse turn, and that is Triumvirate and Master Sum together. Next in line on the outside, that is Peck Sniffery racing into third and going up to challenge the top 2 as they go on down the back stretch. Just a Little Bit is racing fourth on the rail. That is Flight Guide racing fifth. Next in line, that's Griffard racing sixth. Down along the inside, that is Happy Bones, followed by Wirefied. It's a big gap back to the second flight. Leopold G down along the rail, followed by Al Walid, and trailing in the field is Bold and Rich. Continuing on down the back stretch with a half mile left to go, it's Triumvirate on the head end by a length and a half on Peck Sniffery racing second, Master Sum racing third, and on the outside, beginning to pick up horses is Just a Little Bit. Into the final turn now, and as they round the bend, there's still Triumvirate on the lead, a length on Peck Sniffery racing second, Happy Bones now on the rail racing third, and between horses, Master Sum is racing fourth. Way on the outside, that is Just a Little Bit. As they pass the quarter pole, though, it's still Triumvirate on the head end by some 2 1/2 lengths on Peck Sniffery. Happy Bones on the rail races third. 1/8 of a mile left to go. Triumvirate widening now by some 4 lengths. On the rail, Happy Bones racing into second, Peck Sniffery racing third. Leopold G is racing fourth. In deep stretch, Triumvirate has some 4 lengths. Triumvirate to show the way on Happy Bones.
Triumvirate returned from a 5-month layoff on November 25th and delivered a close third-place finish, missing by just a half length, and hitting his winning stride today with a race under his belt. He drew off to a 2.5-length victory. Robert Messer conditions the 6-year-old son of Super Concord, and it's a riding triple for red-hot jockey Mike Rowland. 4th race price of the 2 Triumvirate, $8.60, $4.40, and $4.60. The 5 Happy Bones, $4.40 and $4.20. The 10 Peck Sniffery paid $11.80 to show. The Exacta 2 and 5 pays $52.60. Time for the race, 144 and 2. Race 5 was 6 furlongs distance for 3-year-olds and up, 9 winners of 3. The purse, $3,200, the claiming price, $5,000, and 11 to the post with a scratch. The 1 is Play for Bloom, the 2, Celebrate I'm Here. Number 3 is Past the Stars, the 4, Apple Runner, was scratched. Number 5 is Skeet T, the 6, Blanket Bay. Number 7, Irene's Lucky Star, the 8 is Tokens Transfer. Number 9, Kerrigan, the 10, Rollickin' Star. Number 11, Broker's Double, and the 12 is Linecaster. Here's Alan Ray to call the 5th race, first half of the Twin Try.
And they're off. For the lead. On the outside, it is Kerrigan. And right there with Kerrigan is Tokens Transfer. Racing third on the extreme outside is Linecaster. Blanket Bay is racing fourth now. Next in line down along the rail, it's Play Past the Stars. Followed by Ski T. Racing on the outside, it's Irene's Lucky Star. Followed by Rollickin' Star. Broker's Double on the outside of Rollickin' Star. Gap of 4 lengths, and then it is back to Celebrate I'm Here, and the trailer in the field is Play for Bloom. As they go into the far turn to round the bend, that is still Kerrigan on the head end by a length. On Linecaster racing second. Tokens Transfer races third. With Blanket Bay still holding on to fourth. Down along the inside, that is Past the Stars. A quarter of a mile left to go, with Kerrigan holding on to the lead by 3 parts of a length as Linecaster is set down for the drive and challenging. In the stretch, 1/8 of a mile left to go. It's Kerrigan down along the inside and Linecaster on the outside on the left-handed whippy coming on. They passed the furlong pole. On the outside, Linecaster colors Kerrigan on the rail. And then it's 3 back to Past the Stars. In deep stretch now, it's Linecaster and Kerrigan coming again to fight it out.
Linecaster returned from a short layoff on November 7th and finished third by 3 parts of a length, but he finished farther and farther back in his next 2 outings. A lot of us may have thought he was over the top after his last 10th place finish, but hitting the top of his game in today's 4th start since the layoff, he grabbed the victory at 25-1 on the board with jockey Danny Weiler in the irons. Ray Lawrence is the trainer. 5th race price of the 12, Linecaster, $53.80, $18.60, and $11.20. The 9, Kerrigan, $443.80. The 3, Past the Stars, paid $7 to show. The exacta 12-9, $265.80. First half of the Twin Try, 12-9-3, $3,362 even. Time for the race, 1:13 flat. Here's the photos from the 12, Linecaster, first at the wire. Race 6 was a flat miler on the track for 3-year-olds and up. The purse, $5,000, the claiming price, $8,000, and a field of 7. The 1 is Coastal Illusion, the 2, Fickle Storm. Number 3, Let Me Think, the 4, Titanic Mac. Number 5, Pizza to Go, the 6 is Nain Rain, and the 7, Rosarian Moment. Here's the call of the 6th race exacta.
And they're off. For the lead, Coastal Illusion down along the inside, and being sent from the extreme outside, that's Rosarian Moment, with Pizza to Go racing third with these two as they pass the wire for the first time. Racing fourth, that's Titanic Mac. On the rail is Fickle Storm, a gap of 3 lengths, and then it's back to Nain Rain, and the trailer in the field is Fickle Storm as they round the clubhouse turn. They go on down the back stretch. It's Coastal Illusion by 3 parts of a length on Rosarian Moment. 2 back now to Pizza to Go, racing third. Next in line, down along the inside, it is Fickle Storm. On the outside of Fickle Storm, that's Titanic Mac. Gap of 5. Back to Nain Rain and Let Me Think. Continuing on down the backstretch. It's still Coastal Illusion holding on to the lead, and Pizza to Go now elects to go up after Coastal Illusion as they approach the far turn. Rosarian Moment dropping back to third. Titanic Mac racing fourth. On the inside of Titanic Mac, that is Fickle Storm. Gap of 5. And then it's back to Nain Rain and Let Me Think. Midway on the turn. Pizza to Go to take the lead now by a length on Coastal Illusion. 2 back now to Fickle Storm, which is making a big, bold move. They turn for home. They set down. Skimming the rail, it's Pizza to Go. Fickle Storm on the outside is coming on. They have an 1/8 of a mile left to go here. It's Pizza to Go with Fickle Storm now to take the lead, and Let Me Think is on the outside coming on also now. It's Fickle Storm and Let Me Think driving on the outside to color the leader. In deep stretch, Let Me Think now has a neck.
Let Me Think is a very consistent performer who posted 4 wins, 5 seconds, and a pair of thirds from 19 tries this year, including a 1-length tally when he stepped up in class for his last race against $6,000 company on November 25th. Moving up again to face $8,000 foes in today's race, he charged up from off the pace to a 1-length score under jockey Gary Cooper. Trainers race leader Harmon Drake settled the 3-year-old son of Stop the Music. 6th race prices, the 3 Let Me Think, 10-20, 540, and 340. The 2 Fickle Storm, 640 and 540. The 6 Nain Rain paid 640 to show. The exacta 3-2 pays 35.40. Time for the race, 141 and 2. Race 7 was 6 furlongs distance for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up, non-winners of 2. The purse, $3,200. The claiming price, $5,000, and 11 starters. The 1 is My Lauren Ann. The 2, Bucky Sue. Number 3, TG Splasher. The 4 is Matchless Maid. Number 5, Closer You Get. The 6 is Read George's Lips. Number 7, Atlas Pleasure. The 8, Maid at Arms. Number 9, Lone Piney. The 10, Precious Lori. And the 11, Maybe I'm Amazed. Here's the call of the 7th race trifecta.
And they're off. Oh, the lead. Maybe I'm Amazed from the extreme outside, and then along the inside, Mom Lauren Ann. With TG Splasher racing close up with these two, and next in line on the outside is Atlas Pleasure racing 4th. Matchless Maid now is joining the first flight also. Down along the rail is Read George's Lips, followed by Bucky Sue racing on the outside is Maid at Arms. A gap of 5. It's back to Closer You Get. Lone Piney trailing in the field. Into the turn now. And as they round the bend, it's My Lauren Ann with TG Splasher together. And then it's a gap of 3 lengths, and it's back to Maybe I'm Amazed, which is dropping back. Followed by Precious Lori on the outside, racing 3rd. Bucky Sue is racing 4th, and Maid at Arms is racing 5th on the outside. Now with a 1/4 mile left to go here, it's My Lauren Ann down along the inside, and TG Splasher on the outside. Still together as they set down for home. And that is Matchless Maid on the outside, being set down and coming on in the middle of the racetrack. Closing on the rail is Bucky Sue. My Lauren Ann and Matchless Maid coming on boldly. It's My Lauren Ann, Bucky Sue, and on the outside, Matchless Maid. These 3 to fight it out.
Bucky Sue was close in all of her last 4 starts, which included a 2nd and a 3rd place finish. And bringing her best stretch kick to today's contest, she won a hard-fought battle to the finish line. David Fayer settled the 3-year-old daughter of Buckaroo. Jockey Luis Martinez did the booting. 7th race price is the 2 Bucky Sue, $14, $460 and $320. The 1 My Lauren Ann, $360 and $360. The 4 Matchless Maid, $560 to show. The exacta 2-1 pays $62.20. Trifecta 2-1-4 pays $456.80. In the twin try, there were no winners, and the carryover is $18,315.18. Time for the race, 1:14 3/5. Here's the photos from the 2 Bucky Sue beating the 1 My Lauren Ann to the wire. Race 8 was a flat miler on the track for 3-year-olds and up, non-winners of 3 other than an allowance event with a purse of $7,600 and 8 to the gate. The 1 is Gray Flamingo, the 2 Royal and Imperial. Number 3, Game Hope, the 4 Raggedy Man. Number 5 is Anthony Rambo, the 6 Portentum. Number 7, Twice a Blessing, and the 8 Tropical Ice. Here's the call of the 8th race exacta.
And they're off. For the lead, that is Game Hope, and down along the inside, that is Gray Flamingo. Portentum races 3rd. On the outside, that's Tropical Ice racing 4th. As they pass the wire for the first time, Raggedy Man is racing 5th into the clubhouse turn. Twice a Blessing on the outside of Raggedy Man, followed by Royal and Imperial, and on the outside of Royal and Imperial, that is Anthony Rambo. They go on down the backstretch. That's Game Hope with a neck on Gray Flamingo on the rail, racing 2nd now. And then it's a length back to Tropical Ice, which is racing 3rd. Portentum is close up 4th on the rail. 3 back to Twice the Blessing, which is racing 5th, followed by Raggedy Man. Anthony Rambo still on the outside of Raggedy Man, and down along the inside, it is Royal and Imperial. With a 1/2 mile left to go here, it's Game Hope ahead on Gray Flamingo on the rail. Portentum is racing 3rd. Tropical Ice races 4th. 3 back to Anthony Rambo, which is racing 5th. Royal and Imperial races 6th between horses Raggedy Man and Tropical Ice. Now as they go midway on the turn, down along the inside, it is Gray Flamingo and Game Hope, and now Portentum makes a big move. Coming by the 1/4 pole to take the lead. Portentum now to take the lead opens up 2 lengths. And Anthony Rambo lodging a bit on the outside now, races in the 2nd and is coming on. 1/8 of a mile left to go. It's Portentum on the inside. And coming on the outside, that is Anthony Rambo. Approaching the 16th hole on the rail, Portentum, Anthony Rambo. Portentum, Anthony Rambo. Portentum, Anthony Rambo to fight it out to the wire.
Anthony Rambo won 8 of 20 starts this year, including 3 consecutive victories in his last 3 starts. Bringing his winning stride to today's event, he won a tough battle to the wire for win number 9, which makes him the winningest horse at Thistledown this season. Frank Ockenzie trains the solid 5-year-old gelding, and it's the second 4-bagger this week for jockey Mike Rowland. 8th race price is the 5 Anthony Rambo, $380, $260, and $240. The 6 Portentum, $720 and $460. The 2 Royal and Imperial, $420 to show. Exacta 5 and 6, $27.60, and the pick 3, $325, pays $150, $160 for 3 out of 3. And the Super 7 5 of 7 pays $116.40. Super 7 carryover, $51,006.15. Time for the race, 140 and 2/5. Here's the photo showing the 5 Anthony Rambo with his nose on the wire. Race 9 was the simulcast of the $75,000 Iroquois from Aqueduct, contested at 6 furlongs for 3-year-olds and up, foaled to New York, and 8 starters with 2 entries and a scratch. The 1 is with Strawberries, 1A appropriately. The 2, Noble Maria. The 2B, Happy Dapple. Number 3, Twixt Appeal. The 4, Top Tart. Number 5, Mrs. Manicotti was scratched. The 6 is Cliffy. And the 7 is Jack Better Be Right. Here's the call of the 9th race, the Iroquois from Aqueduct.
And they're off. Jack Better Be Right jumps out to a quick lead and opens up quickly by 2 and is angled over inside. With Strawberries and appropriately giving chase. Top Tart's in between horses, along with Noble Maria, who's right there 5th. In behind that group, it's Cliffy now racing 6th. Twixt Appeal is 7th. Happy Dapple is 8th as they move for the half-mile pole. And the favorite is in front by 2.5 lengths. It's Jack Better Be Right who sprints the opening quarter in 23 seconds flat. Around the far turn, Jack Better Be Right cruising on the lead. Noble Maria appropriately giving chase on the inside with Strawberries is right there. Cliffy is coming to the outside. Farthest out, it's Happy Dapple. Still chasing Jack Better Be Right, 3/4 of a length, appropriately right there on the outside. With Strawberries now looks to come off the rail for running room. Twixt Appeal is there toward the inside. And they turn for home. And now it's Jack Better Be Right who is tested by appropriately. With Strawberries is now racing 3rd. On the far outside, Happy Dapple. Twixt Appeal comes off the rail. And they're down to the final furlong. Jack Better Be Right opening up here now by 3. Then Twixt Appeal and appropriately. And they're coming down to the finish. It will be Jack Better Be Right as Twixt Appeal gets up for second money. Jack Better Be Right sprinting under the wire, full of energy to win it by...
After a pair of winning efforts at Finger Lakes, Jack Better Be Right shipped to Aqueduct for the Schenectady and won by 2 lengths as the 8-5 choice and sent off the odds-on pick, and today's event he made it 4 in a row. Jockey Dennis Saul had another John Lambert trainee. 9th race price of the 7 Jack Better Be Right, $320, $260, $220. Twixt Appeal, $380, $280. Appropriately, $280 to show. Exacta 7, $3, $12. Trifecta 7, 3, 1, $30, $60. Time for the race, 111 and 3. Race 10 was 1 lap around the track for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up. An allowance event with a purse of $11,000 and 6 to the post with a scratch. The 1 is Setting Limits. 1A Lovely Charm was scratched. The 2 is Hit and Split. The 3 Lady Bucky. Number 4 Molly Squash. The 5 Quick as a Kitty. And the 6 European Lady. Here's the call, the 10th race Exacta.
All in now. And they're off. And for the lead. From between horses, Setting Limits, Lady Bucky on the rail racing 2nd, European Lady racing 3rd, and that is Molly Squash racing 4th. Quick as a Kitty races 5th into the clubhouse turn, and the trailer in the field is Hit and Split, which got off rather tardily. They go on down the backstretch, and on the lead by some 3 lengths, that is Lady Bucky. From between horses, Molly Squash is racing 2nd, European Lady on the outside, races 3rd, with Setting Limits racing 4th, then along the inside. It's 3 back now to Quick as a Kitty and Hit and Split trailing. Continuing on down the backstretch, they have 4 1/2 furlongs left to go. Lady Bucky by about 4 1/2 lengths on Molly Squash racing 2nd, European Lady racing 3rd, Setting Limits is racing 4th on the rail. Followed by Quick as a Kitty, and then it's 3 lengths back to Hit and Split. As they approach that final turn, Lady Bucky opens up some 5 on Molly Squash, holding on to 2nd at this stage in the contest. That along the inside, that is Setting Limits, and on the outside, that is Quick as a Kitty, European Lady, and Hit and Split. Passing the quarter pole, it's Lady Bucky still on the head end with lots of daylight. Then along the inside, that is Setting Limits moving boldly, and Quick as a Kitty is on the outside. Eighth of a mile left to go now. It's still Lady Bucky by about 5 lengths. On Setting Limits racing second. Quick as a Kitty races third now. In deep stretch, it'll be Lady Bucky to show the way.
Lady Bucky is another very consistent runner who won 6 of 18 starts this year, including a 3-length tally 2 races back on October 8th. In her last race, November 7th, she was close at every call and finished a little over a length behind in 4th place. And remaining on her toes in today's event, she cruised home to a daylight victory under jockey Gary Stahlbaum. J.P. Cunningham is the trainer. 10th race price of the 3 Lady Bucky, $6.40, $4, and $2.80. The 1 Setting Limits, $5.60 and $3. The 5 Quick as a Kitty paid $3 to show. The exacta 3, $1.28 even. Time for the race, $1.40 and 2/5. Race 11 was the 24th running of the Miss Ohio Stakes, contested at 1 1/16 for 2-year-old fillies foaled in Ohio and a 10-horse field. The 1 is Amber Tribute, the 2 Poker Time, number 3 Admire, the 4 Thelma May. Number 5, Just a Little Honey. The 6 is Death and Taxes. Number 7, Honey Isle. The 8, Barb's Crystal. Number 9, Rhonda's Flyer. And the 10 is Magic Folly. Here's called the 11th race, the Miss Ohio Stakes.
And they're off. And for the early lead, Poker Time down along the inside. And from between horses, Just a Little Honey is racing second. Honey Isle is racing third. And Magic Folly on the outside of these 3 racing fourth as they come by the stands for the first time and approach the clubhouse turn. Amber Tribute saves ground into the clubhouse turn on the rail. Next in line, that is Admire, a gap of 4 lengths back to Death and Taxes. On the outside of Death and Taxes, that is Barb's Crystal, followed by Thelma Kay and Rhonda's Flyer. Now they settle in the stride to go on down the back stretch. And on the lead by a length, that is Poker Time with Just a Little Honey racing second. And right there is Amber Tribute. And on the outside of these, that is Magic Folly as they continue on down the back stretch. Honey Isle is racing fourth. Make that fifth now. A gap of 6 lengths, and then it's back to Admire. Barb's Crystal on the outside of Admire. Thelma Kay on the rail, followed by Death and Taxes and Rhonda's Flyer. As they approach the far turn now and go into the turn, it's Just a Little Honey to take the lead. But Magic Folly is ranging up to challenge Just a Little Honey now as they go into the far turn to round the bend. It's Just a Little Honey by a neck on Magic Folly, and moving boldly is Honey Isle. A quarter of a mile left to go. Just a Little Honey by a head on Magic Folly, and circling on the outside is Honey Isle, racing third, trailing these 2 by 3 lengths. They set down for the drive. They have an 1/8 of a mile left to go here, and it's Just a Little Honey by 3 and widening now. Magic Folly cannot keep up, and closing down along the inside now, it's Honey Isle. But in deep stretch, it's Just a Little Honey to show the way on Amber Tribute. Just a Little Honey shows the way.
Just a Little Honey ran off to an 8-length graduation at first asking at River Downs in August and delivered a 5-length allowance score in her last race here at Thistledown on November 18th. Making her first stakes try in today's Miss Ohio, she drew off to a 4-length victory with jockey Lori Wydick in the irons. Marcia Chandler trains the 2-year-old daughter of Honey J. 11th race price is the 5 Just a Little Honey, $4, $3, and $2.60. The 1 Amber Tribute, $15, $20, and $7.60. The 10 Magic Folly paid $4.40 to show. The exacta 5 and 1 pays $72.80. Late double 3 and 5 pays $13 even. And the superfecta, the numbers 5, 1, 10, and 3 pays $1,534 even. Time for the race, 1:48 and 2/5. The attendance today was 4,593 fans who bet $660,130. Wednesday's post time is 12:30. Thanks for watching. Good luck and good racing.
Understood the implications of sanctions. First of all, that they're unlikely to move Saddam Hussein, but beyond that, they're likely to cause tremendous problems for countries all over the world and even create a greater recession in our country. Now, the argument was made by some that all we have to do is redistribute Saudi oil money, and somehow by splashing that over the terrain, we can get rid of the dislocations Saddam has created. But that on the face of it is a very complex issue, and I don't think really solves the economic dilemma.
Robin, the Saudis ought to be, to the extent that they say we can't adhere to sanctions because countries are experiencing economic difficulties, for instance, in Eastern Europe, the Saudis are reaping a $50 billion windfall out of this oil crisis. Let me make one point on the special session, because I agree with the leadership in not calling a special session of this Congress. This is a lame duck Congress. 10% of the members of this Congress will not be in the next Congress, which comes in on January 3rd. We will be in on January 3rd and then able to debate this issue at great length in both the Senate and House with members who in effect were elected on November 6th, and not with a significant number of members who no longer carry with them a mandate from the voters.
Senator Sarbanes, do you agree with Senator Lugar that the parade of critics or counselors of patience who your various committees have heard have not so far altered or modified Mr. Bush's policy?
Well, they haven't modified their statements as they are now presented. Whether it will have an impact on their thinking remains to be seen. I am very concerned by the inability or the reluctance of the administration to in effect come to point on this debate. You've got some very experienced, mature people questioning the administration's policy approach. The administration is not responding to those people directly. The Secretary, by his own admission today, has not examined the testimony of two very able former chairmen of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. These are men of real substance who are voicing very real concerns about the policy that's being pursued. The administration has to answer that. Brzezinski came in this afternoon. He made a very powerful statement. The Secretary's not coming to grips with the arguments that are being presented in those discussions. He's not even talked about, even if we do a military operation, what comes next? What happens then? Are we going to occupy Iraq?
Senator Lugar, how did you respond to Mr. Brzezinski's presentation?
I thought he was very interesting and he's very well informed, as always. But I would just say gently to my colleague Paul Sarbanes, he's unhappy that that Baker and the president are not taking seriously, not reading these statements carefully and what have you. They're in charge right now, the policy of this country. They hear a lot of people all the time, and Brzezinski himself indicated that he has, in fact, advised the president, people at high levels, which indeed he has. These arguments have been heard and they've been distilled, and this has been an administration, I think, that has done very well in a comprehensive view of expertise that's out there.
Actually, Brzezinski suggested, because he was asked, you know, why has the administration shifted from a policy that was working and commanded widespread support to a policy about which serious questions and doubts have been raised? And one of the reasons he gave as to why he thought it had taken place is that policy making within the administration is restricted to a very small group. And they, in fact, you know, we read these articles about how Saddam Hussein is screened off from hearing other points of view, and that one of the reasons Baker is going to go out there is in order to make it clear. I'm beginning to worry about to the extent to which the administration has created a self-containment that screens it out.
Senator Lugar, what's your comment on that?
Well, my comment is that's absurd. The president has probably talked to over 100 members of the House and Senate during this period of time, plus all of the experts. You know, I think this is far-fetched to try to draw an analogy between Saddam Hussein shooting the messenger and the president, who has, in fact, informally brought all these people into the White House.
Can I ask each of you a quick question? Given the state of opinion in the Congress at the moment, could the president confidently order American forces into action? And, or does the divided opinion already restrain him? Senator Sarbanes.
I don't think the president can order American forces into action without coming to the Congress to obtain an authorization for that. I think the Constitution requires, if the president launches, in effect, an offensive action, not not defensive, not protective of a clearly threatened American life or interest. I think he has to come to the Congress and obtain an authorization for that.
Can I ask Senator Lugar, on the state of congressional opinion at the moment, could the President confidently, whatever his constitutional reading, order American forces into action?
Yes, he could, and my judgment has been that a session ought to be called in which that would be demonstrated. I believe after a debate focused on that issue, a majority of members of the House and Senate would authorize the President to use force.
Well, thank you both for joining us, Senator Sarbanes, Senator Lugar.
In other news today, there was trouble in Panama. A former Panamanian police chief escaped from jail where he was serving time for planning a coup. He then took over police headquarters in Panama City with the help of some of his supporters inside. The building was surrounded by several hundred U.S. troops and Panamanian police. He was captured late today. It was the most serious incident in Panama since the U.S. invasion that ousted Manuel Noriega last December.
Astronauts aboard the Space Shuttle Columbia were able to do some stargazing today in spite of continuing problems with the Astro Observatory. The principal problem has been aiming the instrument's telescopes. Today, briefly, the astronauts were able to look at a galaxy estimated to be 41 million light years away and thought to contain a black hole. They also viewed a dying star and a remnant of a supernova.
In Moscow today, a group of legislators demanded Soviet President Gorbachev impose a state of emergency. The group is a collection of liberal and conservative legislators. They also said the armed forces should be used to pull the Soviet Union out of its political and economic crisis. The demands came as shipments of food arrived in Moscow from Germany. Several other nations have also begun shipping food. The European community is expected to approve a $2 billion aid package for the Soviet Union next week.
The State Department today set a 2-year timetable for restoring diplomatic relations with Vietnam. Assistant Secretary of State Richard Solomon said the steps included the signing of a UN peace plan for Cambodia and Vietnam's providing a satisfactory accounting of the 2,300 Americans still missing since the Vietnam War. Good night, Jim.
Good night, Robin. We'll see you tomorrow night with continued coverage of the debate over Persian Gulf policy, among other things. I'm Jim Lara. Thank you and good night.
Funding for the NewsHour has been provided by AT&T. AT&T connects the world. From equipment to networking, from computers to communications, AT&T, the right choice. And by the John D. and Catherine T. MacArthur Foundation, a catalyst for change. And by PepsiCo. And made possible by the financial support of viewers like you and the Corporation for Public Broadcasting.
Local acquisition costs for the McNeil-Lehrer NewsHour Wednesday edition have been underwritten through a grant from the Bridgestone Firestone Trust Fund, a charitable trust of Bridgestone Firestone Incorporated, providing tires to American motorists since 1900. For 15 years, you've been finding out what's happening in the world by listening to the McNeil-Lehrer NewsHour. Jim and Robin have been here every night, and they've told you what you could find useful information in your life, in your business, or in your personal life. Whether it happened in the Middle East, or if it's an economic issue, or certainly in this last year with the changes in Europe, the changes in the faces of democracy, you found out the best information, the most insightful information, and you found it out here on the McNeil-Lehrer Report here on channels 45 and 49. We sure hope this is the time that you will understand the value of that information, and you will take this opportunity to go to your telephone right now and dial 1-800-672-4549 and pledge your dollars to support the program that you just watched. We are suggesting that you join at $1 a week for public TV. That's $1 a week, $52 for the course of the year. But you can join at any level, certainly $30 or more, and you get a program guide, The Alternative, $60, which is only $5 a month, or $15 a month is only $180. What do you pay for Wall Street Week? What do you pay for the New York Times? What do you pay in your life for good information? what is McNeil-Lehrer worth to you? Why don't you consider that on your way to the telephone and join channels 45 and 49. Help support the program that you just watched and the information that you'll use tomorrow. My name is Don Freeman. I'm program director for the stations, and your phone call will be answered by the Delta Zeta sorority at Kent State University. They're very kind to be with us this evening. And on the other side of the studio is our general manager and president, Bill Glazer. Bill?
Well, the McNeil-Lehrer News Hour, if it's a favorite program of yours, if you would not consider going about your evening without having watched the program, if you weigh the information carefully that it presents every night, this is your opportunity now to call channels 45 and 49 and support it with your pledge call. It's one call at a time that will get us towards our goal, one call at a time that pays for the program, and whether you can afford to pledge at the $30 a year level or $60 a year or whatever's convenient, $5, $10 a month, your pledge call is very important to us tonight. The number again is 1-800-672-4549. Your cable fees that you pay each month, you may think some of that money goes to help support public television. That's a question that we often hear. Well, we're happy to say that the cable companies that extend our signal out further give you a clearer picture. In fact, yes, they do support channels 45, 49 by doing just that. They extend the signal. But the cable fees that you pay, none of that money comes back here to channels 45 and 49. That money stays with the cable operator, helps them cover their cost of technically providing you the service. That's why Don and I are here to ask for your support tonight at 1-800-672-4549 to make it possible for us to continue programs like the McNeil-Lehrer News Hour.
In just a few minutes, we will be showing you the unforgettable Nat King Cole, a wonderful retrospective of this talented individual's life. And if you haven't seen it, please do stay tuned for it. It's an excellent, excellent documentary, one that you will enjoy. It's a very easy thing for you to contribute to channels 45 and 49. We have a number of different installment plan options that are interest-free if you choose to have the installment through 45, 49. $5 a month is only $60 a year, all the way up to $15 a month, which is $180 a year. And again, we will bill you once a month at those levels, and there is no interest charge for those. So if for some reason you were going to join right now and you wanted to put it on an installment plan, that's an excellent way to do it. You can also certainly use your Visa, your MasterCard, or the Discover card, or you can write us a check. Whichever is easiest for you, we would be more than happy to listen to your concerns and more than happy to accommodate you. So call right now, won't you please?
The cable companies Northeast Ohio have gotten together and they're making a special challenge offer to channels 45, 49 viewers and prospective members. If you live in a wired serviceable area requiring standard installation, and again, you live in Northeast Ohio, the cable operators will do something for you, and that is if you call and contribute $100 to channels 45 and 49, they will give you either free basic cable installation or a free month of basic cable service if you're already connected up to their cable. Again, you have to be in a wired serviceable area with one of the participating companies in Northeast Ohio, but most cable companies in Northeast Ohio are participating. We'd like you to think about that and then go to the phone and call 1-800-672-4549 and make your pledge call of support. $100, that works out to just about to $9 a month, and well worth it to support quality programming here on your public television stations. And here are some of the quality programs that you'll see on channels 45 and 49, and some great reasons for you to call right now.
Imagine a place where the universe is celebrated, where you can hear music in infinite variety and witness dance performed with breathless emotion. Imagine a place where the mind is sharpened and the spirit can soar. A place where nature whispers its secrets and where children find joy in learning. Every day, public television challenges your imagination with meaningful, magical programs. We bring you and your family a universe of ideas and emotions, all in one very special place. Offer your gift of support to imaginative entertainment worth watching. Call right now with a pledge.
Please stay tuned for the unforgettable Nat King Cole. He will be starting in just a minute or so, but if you are just tuning in, this is your opportunity to help support the program that you're about to watch. The phone number is on the screen, and we're suggesting that you join at the level of about $1 a week for public TV. That's as little as $5 a month, a total of no more than $60 a year. Why don't you consider that? These are definitely hard times for some people. We understand that. There's always a tension in the air, whether the Middle East or the gas prices or the economic situation is going to improve or not. But we hope that at points like this, you will consider the value of public television. It is here 24 hours a day. It is here for entertainment, education, information. It's here when you want it to be, and that's a standard that you can live with. So even in hard times, public television is a good investment. It's a good bargain. So why don't you call right now, 1-800-672-4549, and join the station you're watching. Bill?
We have a goal during this December pledge period to hear from 2,000 new members, and we're really happy to say that so far 570 have joined channels 4549. We really appreciate it. But if we're talking to you and you haven't joined yet, why, this is a great opportunity to do it before we go to Nat King Cole. 1-800-672-4549. You see, 6 out of 100 viewers support us financially now. We'd like to get that number up quite a bit. Well, let's go to Nat King Cole now. I'd like to tell you that you're watching WNEO Alliance, WEAO Akron, bringing you the best. And this is public television. And let's go now and watch and enjoy the unforgettable Nat King Cole.
Unforgettable. That's what you are.
Hello and welcome to Thistledown Today. I'm your host, Frank Isfording, with the wrap-up for Wednesday, December 5th, the 42nd day of the Cranwood meeting here at Thistledown. We have a 10-race card 9 here on a very fast track and a simulcast from Calder. Let's go to the first race and see how you did. Race 1 was 6 furlongs distance for maidens, 3-year-olds and up. An exacta race and first half of the daily double with a purse of $5,000 and 8 to the gate. The 1 is Pat's Plain Pocket, ridden by Mark Collins. The 2, Jimmy Butler with Jane McGrell. Number 3, Gay's Last Flower, Mike Moran aboard. The 4, Azteca with Mike Rowland. Number 5, Laura's Charlie, Jeff Radosevich did the booting. The 6, D-Spike, ridden by Dale Hemsley. Number 7, Meeker, Paul Nolan in the irons. And the 8, Westco Iceman with Robert McWhorter. Here's the call of the first race.
And they're off. For the lead, that is Laura's Charlie, and on the outside, Meeker racing in the second. D-Spike is racing third. From between horses, Gay's Last Flower races fourth. Between horses, Jimmy Butler. Next in line down along the inside is Pat's Plain Pocket. Azteca races on the outside, and the distant trailer in the field is Westco Iceman as they continue on down the back stretch. It's Laura's Charlie by some 2 lengths. Meeker racing is second, and on the outside, moving up after the top 2, that is Azteca making a big, bold move as they approach the far turn. It's still Laura's Charlie on the head end by a length. Azteca on the outside is racing second. On the inside of Azteca, that is Meeker racing third, a gap of 3 lengths back to Jimmy Butler racing fourth. Next in line, a gap of 5, and it's back to Gay's Last Flower. Now they're turning for home with 3/16 of a mile left to go. Skimming the railing on the head end under a drive. Under left-handed whipping, it's Laura's Charlie, and Meeker comes right alongside now to challenge. Azteca drops back and is trailing by some 3 lengths. As they approach the 70-yard marker now, Meeker asserts full authority. Meeker to show the way.
Meeker is a California invader who didn't show too much promise in 3 starts against $32,000 West Coast maidens, but he looked sharp in his local bout November 16th when he ran third at every call and was short by less than 2 lengths. And rounding to the top of his game in today's second try over the surface, he pushed ahead from just behind the pace to deliver a 2.5-length graduation. Sheldon Walker settled a 3-year-old Lemme Gold Colt. Jockey Paul Nolan took him to the winner's circle. First race price is the 7 Meeker, $5, $2.80 and $2.10. The 4 Azteca, $3 and $2.20. The 5 Laura's Charlie paid $2.40 to show. The exacta 7 and 4 pays $38.60. Time for the 6 furlongs, 1:12 and 3. Race 2 is a mile and 40 yards around the track for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up, non-winners of 2. An exacta race and start of the Super 7. The purse, $3,400. The claiming price, $5,000. And 8 to the gate with a scratch. The 1 is Bethel, ridden by Jeff Radosevich. The 2, PJ Justice, was scratched. Number 3 is Somerset Dream, Joe Duragon in the irons. The 4, Hyper Love with Mike Moran. Number 5, Lord Chi Smart, Robert McWhorter. The 6, Invader's Moment, ridden by Dale Hemsley. Number 7, Seal Blue, Mike Rowland in the irons. The 8, Sarah Lou Who with Luis Martinez. And rounding out the field, the 9 is Traffic Dancer, ridden by Jane McGrell. Here's the call of the second race, exacta.
And they're off. Seal Blue sends first away, and on the outside, Traffic Dancer races second. Next in line, Lord G. Smart racing third, followed by Invader's Moment racing fourth, as they pass the wire for the first time to approach the clubhouse turn. It's a gap of 4 lanes, and then it's back to Somerset Dream, which is racing fifth. Bethel races sixth down along the inside, a gap of 3 lanes back to Hyper Love, and trailing in the field is Sarah Lou Who as they round the clubhouse turn. As they go on down the back stretch now, Lord She Smart down along the inside, and Seal Blue is on the outside. And then it's a gap of 5 lengths, and it's back to Invader's Moment down along the inside with Traffic Dancer racing on the outside of Invader's Moment. Now Traffic Dancer races into third. Seal Blue is back in stride after having appeared to be wanting to get out. Now they continue on down the back stretch, and Seal Blue on the outside to take the lead once again by a head. On Lord She Smart racing second and 3 lengths back now to Traffic Dancer racing third, followed by Invader's Moment racing fourth. Gap of 5, and then it's back to Bethel, Somerset Dream, Hyper Love, and Sarah Lou Who. Midway on the turn, Seal Blue down along the inside, and then it's Traffic Dancer moving boldly now, racing in the second as they pass the quarter pole, with Lord Chief Smart dropping back. Somerset Dream is making a big move and coming on. They set down for home. That's Seal Blue down along the inside, and Traffic Dancer matching strides with 1/8 of a mile left to go, and coming on boldly on the outside, Somerset Dream to color the top 2 as they approach the 16th hole. And now that's Somerset Dream opening up some 2 lengths in deep stretch. Somerset Dream to show the way.
After a few dull tries against $5,000 foes here at Thistledown, Somerset Dream graduated with a $1,500 class in Mountaineer Park, going 2 turns over a sloppy track. But she didn't fight her next 2 tries, racing at Beulah and back here at Thistledown. So when she won the battle to the finish line in today's contest, she lit up the infield tote with a $61 mutual. James Clemens sent out the 3-year-old filly. Jockey Joe Duragon did the booting. Second race price is the 3 Somerset Dream, $61.60, $14 and $8.60. The 9 Traffic Dancer, $3.40 and $3.20. The 4 Hyper Love paid $5.60 to show. The exacta 3 and 9 pays $339 even. Daily double 7-3 pays $178.60. Time for the race, 143 flat. Race 3 was a 5-panel dash for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up, non-winners of 2 this year. The purse, $3,200. The claiming price, $4,000, and a field of 9. The 1 is Prospective Charm, ridden by Jeff Radosevich. The 2, Lucky Genie, with Anthony Cordero. Number 3 is Sweet on Alex, the jockey Ian Alderson. The 4, Magnolia Avenue, ridden by Tommy Myers. Number 5, Sunny Colors, Joe Duragon in the saddle. The 6, Hail of a Reason, with Raul Vizcarrondo. Number 7, Loudon Bell, Dominic Giglio aboard. The 8, Plum Dum Rum, with Terry Houghton. And rounding out the field, the 9 is Katie Overstreet, with Linda Fields. Here's the call of the third race, trifecta.
And they're off. For the lead from the outside, that's Katie Overstreet. Down along the inside is Prospective Charm. And going with these 2 from between horses now, that is Sunny Colors. Next in line, Magnolia Avenue races 4th. Down along the inside, 5th is Lucky Genie. Way on the outside, that is Sweet on Alex. And between horses, that's Hail of a Reason. Into the turn they go. And as they round the bend, down along the inside is Prospective Charm by 3/4 of a length on Katie Overstreet, with Magnolia Avenue racing 3rd. 2 lengths back now to Sunny Colors racing 4th. Sweet on Alex is on the rail racing 5th. Hail of Reason between horses and is racing 6th. On the outside, that is Lucky Genie. They turn for home and they set down. Katie Overstreet to take the lead on Prospective Charm down along the inside, with Magnolia Avenue racing 3rd. Gap of 5 back to Sunny Colors, and on the outside, Hail of a Reason. Here they come 70 yards left to go. Magnolia Avenue has 2 lengths now on Katy Overstreet. Magnolia Avenue.
Magnolia Avenue has been fairly sharp this fall, finishing in the money in 6 of her last 7 starts, including a wire-to-wire victory in September and a close second-place finish in her last race November 10th. And returning fresh from nearly a month off for today's contest, she powered through the lane to deliver a 1.5-length tally as the 5-2 favorite. Joe Schumann sent out the 4-year-old daughter of Explosive Bid. Jackie Tommy Myers was in the irons. Third race price is the 4 Magnolia Avenue, $7.20, $4 and $3.60 the 9. Katy Overstreet, $4.20 and $3.60 the 6. Hail of a Reason paid $4.40 to show. The exacta 4-9 pays $20.60. Trifecta 4-9-6 pays $86.60. Time for the 5 furlongs, 58 4/5. Race 4 was 6 furlongs distance for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up, non-winners of 1 since June 5th. An exacta race with a purse of $3,200, a claiming price of $4,000, and 8 to the gate. The 1 is Love Lives Forever, ridden by Philip O'Hanlon. The 2, Apple Swift, ridden by Luis Martinez. Number 3, Heather Green, the jockey Joe Duragan. The 4, Stone Bull with Raul Vizcarrondo. Number 5, Neil Sandy, Jeff Radosevich in the irons. The 6, Picture Lady with Terry Houghton. Number 7, Monaco native Tammy Trujillo. And the 8, Tia Rita with Rodrigo Madrigal Jr. Here's Al Drake to call the 4th race exacta.
And they're off. Oh, the lead Monaco native on the outside. Racing in the second, coming on to the main track, that is Stone Bull. Third on the extreme outside, that is Tia Rita, with Picture Lady close up racing 4th. Between horses 5th is Neil Sandy. Down along the inside, Love Lives Forever, followed by Apple Swift and Heather Green. They continue on down the back stretch, and there's still Monaco native on the head end with Tia Rita on the outside racing 2nd. Stone Bull close up races 3rd, down along the inside still, followed by Picture Lady racing 4th. Way on the outside, Heather Green moves boldly into contention now, joins the first flight as they go into the far turn around the bend. There's still Monaco native between horses, Tia Rita and Heather Green on the outside of these two as they go midway on the turn now. Next in line, Stone Bull on the rail, races 4th. On the extreme outside, racing 5th and circling, that is Neil Sandy. Picking up horses boldly, though, and appearing to be a factor as they set down for the drive. Here they come, 1/8 of a mile left to go. It's Tia Rita, and coming on resolutely on the outside, it's Neil Sandy now to take command. Approaching the 16th pole, Neil Sandy has a half length on Tia Rita.
Neil Sandy was dropping in class over the summer and not getting any closer to the front at the finish line. But after a short layoff, she returned to the races to face $4,000 Warriors in November and woke up to deliver a close second-place finish. And ending her best ride as a 6-5 favorite in today's contest, she circled to the lead coming out of the turn and held on for her 4th win of the season. Roy Taylor owns and trains the 7-year-old mare, jockey Jeff Radosevich, got her home in time. 4th race price is the 5 Neil Sandy, $4.40, $3.40, and $2.80. The 8 Tia Rita, $7.40 and $3.80. The 8, the 4 Stone Bull paid $2.20 to show. The exacta 5 and 8 pays $28.60. Time for the race, 1:11 3/5. Here's the photo showing the 5 Neil Sandy with her nose on the wire. Race 5 was 1 mile and 40 yards around the track for maidens 3-year-olds and up. An exacta race in the first half of the twin trifecta with a purse of $3,400, a claiming price of $5,000, and a 12-horse field. The 1 is Charlie's Rascal, ridden by Jeff Radosevich. The 2, Land of Lawmaker, with Joe Duragan. Number 3, Solar Tan, Dominic Giglio aboard. The 4, Imp's Magic Eli, with Mike Rowland. Number 5 is Almost a Sword, Terry Houghton in the irons. The 6, Two Eyes, with Raul Vizcarrondo. Number 7, High Thread, Anthony Cordero did the booting. The 8, Video Fury, with Robert McWhorter. Number 9, Reluctant Roger, Brian Mills. The 10, Hubba Baba, with Rodrigo Madrigal Jr. Number 11, Turn to the Sun, Paul Nolan. And the 12, Orchid Beach, with John Clark. Here's the call, the 5th race exacta.
And they're off. High Threat sent to the early lead, and Two Eyes is racing 2nd. Hubba Baba racing 3rd on the outside. Down along the inside now in stride as they come by the stands for the first time is Imp's Magic Eli as they go into the clubhouse turn. High Threat still holds on to the lead. Two Eyes is racing 2nd, and down along the inside, Imp's Magic Eli races 3rd. Followed by Almost a Sword, which is racing 4th. On the outside, that is Turn to the Sun. Next in line, that is Orchid Beach. Between horses, it's Hubba Baba. On the rail, that's Solar Tan. Next in line is Land of Lawmaker, followed by Video Fury. Gap of 4 lanes is back to Charlie's Rascal, and the trailer in the field is Reluctant Roger as they continue on down the backstretch. Now with 4.5 furlongs left to go. Still on the lead by half a length. High Threat on Two Eyes racing second. And down along the inside is Imp's Magic Eli racing third. On the outside, Turn to the Sun, and between horses, Solar Tan. Next in line, that is High Threat. Video Fury racing on the extreme outside. Down along the lane, it's Land of Lawmaker, and on the outside of Land of Lawmaker, that is Solar Tan. Into the final turn. They round the bend. Is still High Threat on the lead by half a length on Two Eyes. Imp's Magic Eli now makes a big, bold move to challenge the top two coming by the quarter pole. Imp's Magic Eli now to take the lead as they turn for home. That's Two Eyes racing second. High Threat drops back to third. Video Fury races fourth. Reluctant Roger racing fifth on the outside and gaining and coming on boldly. Charlie's Rascal also under a driver is coming on the middle of the racetrack. It's Imp's Magic Eli holding on to the lead by 2 lengths on Reluctant Roger, and closing on the outside is Charlie's Rascal. These three to fight it up.
Imp's Magic Eli is a Detroit invader who raced 4 times this year, posting a second-place finish 2 races back on November 4th. In his last race, November 18th, he never fired at all and finished 9th by 7 lengths. But bringing his best form to today's Thistledown debut and sent off as the 2-to-1 favorite, he held on gamely to the wire. Merrill Speed sent out the 5-year-old gelded son of Honduras. Jocks race leader Mike Rowland took him to his graduation. Fifth race price is the 4 Imp's Magic Eli, $660, $480, and $420. The 9 Reluctant Roger, $1240 and $860. The 1 Charlie's Rascal paid $1080 to show. The exacta 4-9 pays $149 even. First half of the twin trifecta 491 pays $1,237.60. Time for the race 141 and 4/5. Here's the photos from the 4 Imp's Magic Eli with his nose on the wire. Race 6 was 6 furlongs distance for 3-year-olds and up. An exacta race and started the pick 3 with a purse of $3,400, a claiming price of $4,000, and 8 to the gate. The 1 is Command Flight, ridden by Linda Fields. The 2, Linecaster with Danny Weiler. Number 3, Wingate Arts, the jockey Tommy Myers. The 4, Wangi with Dominic Giglio. Number 5, Sparrowhawk, Jeff Radosevich did the booting. The 6, Quack Whack Whack with Mike Rowland. Number 7, Irish Shalala, Dale Hemsley. And the 8, Exclusive Champion with Jane McGrell. Here's the call of the 6th race exacta.
And they're off. And first away, Exclusive Champion from the outside. Irish Shalala racing second, and Wangi being sent to the 4 also. Down along the inside now, Sparrowhawk joins the first flight, and from between horses is being sent right after the leader as they continue on down the backstretch. Exclusive Champion on the inside has a head on Sparrowhawk right there, coming by the half-mile marker. Next in line on the outside, racing third close up now, that's Irish Shalala. Wangi dropping back to 4th. Next in line, that is Linecaster. Gap of 4 lengths back to Command Flight. As they race midway on the turn now, down along the inside, that is Exclusive Champion, and on the outside it is Sparrowhawk. The 2 are still together as they turn for home. Wangi races third. Irish Shalala now drops back to 4th. They're in the stretch. And on the rail, Exclusive Champion, Sparrowhawk. 1/8 of a mile left to go. Under a drive, it's Exclusive Champion, Sparrowhawk, Wangi racing third. Closing on the extreme outside is Command Flight, but maybe running out of stretch, and now Sparrowhawk.
Sparrowhawk won 4 of 22 starts this year, but hadn't had much success recently and was stuck in 4th place through October and November. But packing a winning kick on today's fast surface, he skipped home to a 1-length victory. It's a saddle double for owner-trainer Roy Taylor and a riding double for jockey Jeff Radosevich. 6th race price is the 5 Sparrowhawk, $27.20, $8.80, and $7.40. There was a dead heat for place. The 1 Command Flight paid $3 and $3.40. The 4 Wangi paid $6 and $4.60. Exacta 5-1, $45.40. Exacta 5-4, $64.60. Time for the 6 furlongs, 111 and 1/5. Here's the photos from the dead heat between the 1 Command Flight and the 4 Wangi. Race 7 was 6 furlongs distance for 3-year-olds and up. A trifecta wagering event in second half of the twin try with a purse of $3,200, a claiming price of $4,000, and 10 starters, or 9 starters with a scratch. The 1 is Tipple 2, ridden by Darrell Brinkley. The 2 Matthew S. with Paul Nolan. The 3 Bag of Hammers was scratched. Number 4 is E.B. World, the jockey Robert McWhorter. The 5 Turtle Up with Jeff Radosevich. Number 6 Assault by Sea, Mike Moran did the booting. The 7 Wadito with Danny Skoka. Number 8, Kojai, Brian Mills in the irons. The 9, Chachi's Joy with Terry Houghton. And the 10 is Save This Dance, ridden by Mike Rowland. Here's the call of the 7th race trifecta.
And they're off. And the for the lead. Down along the inside, it's Tipple 2 and Assault by Sea, and between horses, Turtle Up with EB World. They sprint on down the backstretch on the outside. That is Turtle Up by a neck on EB World racing second. Tipple 2 races third on the rail. Assault by Sea races fourth. Gap of 5. Back to What Did I Do? Save This Dance racing on the outside of What Did I Do? Next in line, that's Shachi's Joy. Between horses, Kojai. And down along the rail, that is Matthew S. They continue on down the backstretch with Turtle Up still holding on to the lead by 3/4 of a length now on EB World. And then it's a gap of 4 lengths. It's back to Tipple 2, which is racing third. Save This Dance still racing fourth. Now with a 1/4 mile left to go. EB World down along the inside and Turtle Up. These two are still together as they turn for home and set down with 3/16 of a mile left to go. On the outside is Turtle Up, and down along the inside it's EB World going nose and nose, neck and stride for stride, coming by the furlong marker. Gap of 5 back to Save This Dance racing third. Now with a 1/16 of a mile left to go. On the rail, EB World and Turtle Up. These two right to the wire.
Turtle Up was claimed for $4,000 in September and used his early speed to deliver a close second-place finish 2 races back on November 16th, when he closed sharply in late stretch to miss by just a neck. In his last race, November 25th, he led for the first 3 calls and finished 4th in a blanket finish. And back in a close battle again in today's race, he kept a nose in front at the wire. Kim Poole trains the 6-year-old gelding, and it's a riding triple for jockey Jeff Radosevich. 7th race price is the 5 Turtle Up, $8.20, $4.40 and $2.60. The 4 EB World, $6 and $2.40. The 10 Save This Dance paid $2.40 to show. The exacta 5 and 4 pays $51.80. Trifecta 5, 10, 4, $161.20. There were no winners in the twin try, and the carryover was $23,265.84. Time for the 6 furlongs, a quick 1:10 3/5. Here's the photo showing the 5 Turtle Up by a nose over the 4 EB World. Race 8 was 6 furlongs distance for 3-year-olds and up, foaled in Ohio, non-winners of one other than Maiden claiming optional or starter. An exacta race under allowance conditions for a purse of $9,440 and a field of 6. The 1 is Bold J, ridden by Mike Moran. The 2, JoJo Tobin with Jeff Radosevich. Number 3 is Grand Ole Royal, Brian Mills in the irons. The 4, Aaron Go Broke with Raul Vizcarrondo. Number 5, Gallant Counsel, Mike Rowland in the saddle. And the 6, Kevin Son with David Gordon. Here's the call of the 8th race feature.
And they're off. And for the lead on the outside, Kevin Son. Between horses, Gallant Counsel and Grand Ole Royal. Also, Aaron Go Broke now from between horses goes to the 4 and opens up a half length now on Gallant Counsel with Kevin Son racing third. Down along the inside, that is JoJo Tobin racing 4th, followed by Grand Ole Royal racing 5th, and it's 5 lanes back to Bold J trailing in the field. Continuing on down the back stretch, and on the outside into the turn, it is Gallant Counsel, and down along the inside, it's Aaron Go Broke, and making a big bold move is Kevin Son now, as they race midway on the turn. It's Gallant Counsel, and on the outside, Kevin Son challenging. Down along the rail racing third, it's JoJo Tobin. Gap of 4 lengths, and then it's back to Aaron Go Broke. In the stretch now, Kevin Son on the outside with Gallant Counsel together, and that's Aaron Go Broke. Down along the inside, it's a gap of 5, and it's back to Grand Ole Royal on the outside racing 4th. In deep stretch, Kevin Son has 2 lengths on Gallant Counsel, closing his Grand Ole Royal, but it is Kevin Son to show the way.
Kevin Son was fighting a runner-up habit all year, posting 4 seconds, 7 thirds, and no victories from 24 previous trips to the races. But he woke up this winter. In his last race just 4 days ago at Beulah, he finished 3rd in stakes company. And back to the allowance division for today's return to Thistledown, he drew off to a 3-leg victory, his first win of the year. Robert Kirk conditions the 4-year-old gelding. Jockey David Gordon had the riding honors. 8th race price of the 6 Kevin Son, $7.40, $4 and $2.80. The 3 Grand Ole Royal, $3 and $2.60. The 5 Gallant Counsel paid $2.40 to show. The exacta 6 and 3 pays $39.60. In the pick 3, the numbers 5, 5, and 6 pays $565.60 for picking 3 out of 3. In the Super 7, 5 of 7 pays $368 even. Super 7 carryover, $51,006.15. Time for the race, another 1:10 3/5. Race 9 was 1 lap around the track for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up, 9 winners of 2 this year. An exacta race in first half of the late double with a purse of $3,400, a claiming price of $4,000, and 8 to the gate. The 1 is Ocala Lady, ridden by Ian Alderson. The 2, Chubbles, with Anthony Cordero. Number 3, Downscope, Daryl Brinkley aboard. The 4, Perception, with Jeff Radosevich. Number 5, Naughty Mia, Paul Nolan did the booting. The 6, Flying Friar, with Luis Martinez. Number 7, Grand Oiffy, Dale Hemsley. And the 8, Coloca, with Joe Duragan. Here's the call, the 9th race, Superfecta.
And they're off. Then for the lead, Chubbles down along the inside, along with Downscope and Flying Friar, Grand Oiffy on the outside of these 3, and Coloca from the outside of these 4 as they go into the clubhouse turn. It's a gap of 5 lengths. It's back to Perception down along the inside, which is racing 6. Next in line, it's Ocala Lady and Naughty Mia, and the rider appears to have lost his irons. They go on down the back stretch. Flying Friar takes the lead, opens up some 3 lengths. Grand Oiffy saving ground down along the inside is racing 2nd. Chubbles now back astride is racing 3rd. Followed by Perception down along the rail racing 4th. Followed by Downscope racing 5th. Next in line 6 is Coloca. Gap of 4 back to Ocala Lady. Continuing on down the back stretch. Half-mile left to go. It's Grand Oiffy by a length on Flying Friar. And then it's 2 back to Perception racing 3rd. Down along the inside 4th is Coloca, followed by Downscope, rather. And on the outside, that is Chubbles. And as they go into the far turn and race, midway on the bend, it's Grand Oiffy by 2 lengths on Perception. Next in line, Coloca races 3rd. Ocala Lady racing in the 4th down along the inside, followed by Downscope racing 5th. Flying Friar has dropped out of it. They turn for home and set down. Grand Oiffy holds on to the lead by some 2 lengths on Perception as they approach the furlong pole. On the outside, Coloca closing some ground, and down along the inside is Ocala Lady. But in deep stretch, Grand Oiffy has some 6 lengths. Grand Oiffy to show the way on Ocala Lady closing for a part of it.
Grand Oiffy delivered a 4-length victory going 6 panels in a $3,000 field at Beulah in October and showed a return to better form in her last race, November 25th, with a 3rd place finish while stretching out to race 2 turns. And racing a route of ground again in today's event, she put a 2nd notch in the win column. Jockey Dale Hemsley had them on the Walter Durrett trainee. 9th race price is the 7 Grand Oiffy, $6, $3, and $2.40. The 1 Ocala Lady, $4.60 and $3. The 4 Perception paid $3 to show. The exacta 7-1 pays $26 even. Late daily double 6 and 7 pays $26.60. The superfecta 7-1, 4 and 8 pays $168.40. Time for the race, 1:38 3/5. Race 10 was a simulcast from Calder, a $13,000 allowance event contested at 6 furlongs for 3-year-olds and up, non-winners of 3 other than, and a 5-horse field beginning at the 1 Dance King, ridden by Jose Velez. The 2 Copper Mountain with Jacinto Vasquez. Number 3 Noble Wind, the jockey Alberto Castillo Jr. The 4 At a Dancer with Pedro Rodriguez, and the 5 is Forever Harry with Derek Acevedo. Here's the call of the 10th race from Calder.
They're all in the cage, and they're off. From the outside, Forever Harry breaks sharply. Copper Mountain moves up toward the inside, a length back to Noble Wind and Dance King on the rail, and 2 lengths to At a Dancer taken in hand. They move past the 5/8 pole with Forever Harry now leading by a length and a half. Moving up from between horses, Copper Mountain, Noble Wind on the outside, a length to the rail, it's Dance King, and 4 lengths to At a Dancer. They went the first quarter in 22-1, and they moved to the far turn. Forever Harry trying to make this a wire-to-wire victory, leads by a length. Copper Mountain between horses on the outside, Noble Wind, 2 lengths back to Dance King, and 4 lengths to At a Dancer. Field comes to the 5/16 pole. Forever Harry still there by a length. Copper Mountain put the pressure is 2nd on the far outside. Noble Wind is 3rd. Dance King closes in at the rail, and it's 4 lengths to At a Dancer. The half in 45 and 4, 3/16 of a mile to come. Forever Harry still there by a length and a half. Copper Mountain is 2nd on the outside. Noble Wind on the rail. It's Dance King. They come to the 16th pole. Forever Harry, Dance King closing strongly on the rail. They come through the final 16th, and Dance King on the inside is going to win this one going away.
Dance King is a Philadelphia Park invader who followed an allowance score with a couple of stakes tries, finishing 3rd by a length and a half in his last stakes race November 22nd, and remaining on his hose for today's trip to Florida, and fresh from a sharp 3-panel breeze at Gulfstream, he closed sharply on the rail to take the victory. Thomas Kelly conditions the 4-year-old gelding jockey Jose Velez did the booting. 10th race price is the 1 Dance King, $7.80, $3.20 and $3. The 5 Forever Harry, $4 and $2.60. The 3 Noble Wind paid $2.20 to show. The exacta 1 and 5 pays $27.20. Trifecta 1, 5, 3 pays $76.20. Time for the 6 furlongs, 1, 12 and 3. The attendance today was 2,941 fans who bet $412,126. Thursday's post time is 12:30. Thanks for watching. Good luck and good racing.